The chans. We are the chans. We are the chan stands. We are the chans. So get your chans. Do your chans. We are the chans. All right, so we're about to start the Chris Chan stream. We're continuing it. Let me go ahead, edit the shiznit for you guys. I really wish I didn't have to do this every single time, but I do. Because it resets or whatever. I guess because it's private streams or because I don't schedule them, or I have no clue. I think it's because I run it through Restream. Here we go. Let me go ahead and put the tip. Customization. Subscribers. 1 minute. 1 minute. And we'll get the Chan. We'll get the Chan stuff back. Oh, we're still private. Private dancer. Dancer for money. Will do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer. All right, so we're back. Can you guys hear me? Let you guys feed in. Usually VJC pops in first, or Falcro, or Michael. There's usually the set regulars that pop in. Okay, we got our thumbnail. We're public. We're monetized. We're live on YouTube and Twitch. I mean, YouTube and Kick. We're actually live on Kick. What's up, Nedson? How's it going? Good to see you here, man. I'm sure you guys will be filing, and make sure you smash that like button. What's up, Rich? Says Eric Chu. What's up, man? Make sure you guys smash that like. I think we're going to start part 23 today. 22 or 23. Somewhere around there. I'm pretty sure. Pretty certain. How many members we at? I am not sure. What's up with Chris Chan now? No clue. They got released from jail, and I bet they're in a halfway house. I don't know, but I'm learning the history. I'm learning the comprehensive history of Chris Chan, a.k.a. Christine Chandler. Let me go ahead and look real quick. That's a good question, by the way, Rich. Let me go ahead and check. I think we lost a couple. I think a couple people didn't renew. Let me check. Let me check. By the way, refresh and take a look at the thumbnail for if you guys haven't taken a chance to look at the thumbnail. We are at 45 members, and 27 of them are 8BE Nation Plus, and 18 of them are 8BE Nation member. So we're at 47. Not bad. Pretty good, actually. I'm happy with that. Red, Mr. Beast Chris is next. What's up, Metal Mitch? State of Play just got out announced. What's up, Joey? I haven't really been paying attention to gaming news. Make sure you guys smash that like as you get in here. I'm going to wait for some of you guys to file in. How's everybody's day? It was Tuesday. What did I do with my chat? I just had my chat and I just fucking lost the screen. Special stream at 50. Yeah, we'll do a special members only stream at 50. So who's ready? I want to see who's all here. Say hi if you haven't. Let's see who's all here and say hi. Push a 1 in the chat if you are ready for some Chan. Let's continue. I'm going to check Kick real quick. I am streaming on Kick. I'm going to check Kick. Okay, so we're good there. We are live on Kick as well. Whew. All right. Let me see how many likes and stuff we got. We got Rich at 1, Rad Hazy at 1. You know what? I'm just going to start. Why postpone? So I believe we left off. We're going to start 23, part 23. My gosh. Here we go. My favorite part. The song.
What made him this way?
What made him this way?
What is the attraction?
What is the attraction?
What keeps us fascinated?
What keeps us fascinated?
This is
Chris
the
Chan
story
equals the cute
of
one.
Chris Chan.
On the thumbnail, is Chris Chan cuter than me, guys? Chris Chan cuter than me. Chris Chan cuter than
January
ABE.
14th, 2010, Christian filmed a video in which he sings his own lyrics over a remix by musician Moby of the song Mr. Plow, written for an episode of the cartoon series
Mr.
The
Plow.
Simpsons.
I'm the smart one, the John of
Say,
the group.
what's the name? Christian Chandler.
Chandler.
What's that name?
Christian Chandler. What's the name? Christian Chandler.
C-H-R-I-S-C-H-A-N. Say, what's the name? Christian Chandler. You don't need to worry, I'm drawing here. Drawing in code, my pen and marker. My papa was chicken and name me Christian
Isn't it
Chandler.
weird that they just like documented like every single fucking like everything that
A big surprise. A hand-drawn art is quality, and that's no lie.
He then attempts to play a harmonica.
I can't play a harmonica to save my life. I'll be completely
A day
honest on
later,
that.
he made a brief video for the attention of Jack Thaddeus, Alec Benson Leary, Sean August Watley, creator of the comic Sonichu is Dead,
Jack
and regular
Thaddeus.
contributor to the Asperpedia, and the webmaster for the aforementioned website, Mao Bamboo Ling.
This
Mao
message is
Bamboo
for
Ling.
Alec, Sean, Evan, and even Mao. You know what? I dare you four, all four of you, to come to my house and we'll see who stacks out better. The original or you crappy copiers.
We need AB to interview Chan. I would
On the
totally
16th,
do it.
Christian filmed a video attempting
But I
to
don't think there's
brainwash
any
his
way to
trolls by
get a hold
speaking
of Chris
mix
Chan as
Spanish
of right
and
now.
backwards English.
I think
As usual, I will have 2 more pages.
pretty sure
tonight.
they're in a
Hope you all
halfway
enjoy
house. From
the
what
last
I
page
did
where
my
Crystal
research
finally got out of
actually.
there. But
I was
recently,
looking into
I am
it.
reminded
I think they're in a halfway
of
house
an
right
old
now. They're not
Spanish
allowed
expression which
internet
goes
access
simply
at all.
Tú necesitas ucrepsa eta y usino se va per ganar felicidad por vida. A couple of strong verbs in that statement.
Their Spanish is
Say it
better
with
than
me.
mine. Not gonna lie.
Ucrepsa eta. Ucrepsa eta. Y usinos evil. Usinos evil.
Usinos Eval.
Alright. Stay safe and have a good day. Bye.
His spree of verbal assault continued into January 17th, when, under Vivian G's advice, Chris reviews the entirety of the Asperchu story so far and criticizes it.
I am here at this point recording this video to make it perfectly clear, although it was a bit of a mistake for that last video I made. But you know what? regardless of that video, I should not have had to make such a video, because I could just show you all the evidence, as I have just read through the entire bunch of pages of Alex Asperchu.
It's like, what is he?
To name a few things.
I'm always like having to
there are
register
the
a second
obvious-
to figure out what the heck he's doing.
There are these slanders and obvious references, to which I mean the old Buddha belly that I used to have, exaggerated man boobs, and even the goatee I used to have. I had one time, and he makes his Asperchu character wear nearly every shirt I wear, nearly every shirt, and a crappy copy of a medal. My shirts.
God.
And then to make matters worse, he goes and besmirches my dog by making a crappy copy of my dog. The spirit of Patty will have his soul for dinner tonight.
Oh yeah,
He will
his
be
dead
haunting your
dog. That's kind of
nightmares,
fucked up to
Mr.
make fun of
Leary.
somebody's dead dog.
And of
I'm not
course,
gonna lie.
even including the unapproved recreation of my person within his
What's up,
pages,
Xander? How you doing, man?
as you can see right
Good to see you,
here,
dude. It seems
And
kind of
that's
quiet right now. I
even
hope people
worse.
file in a little bit
starting
later.
on page C29,
It warms up a little bit.
he sets
Usually
me
about
on
a half
fire.
hour in
He sets me
to a
on
stream, I think
fire.
it'll warm up a little bit more, and there'll be more
even worse,
people in here.
Let me be on fire on page 30. I swear.
Great to be
if
on the
that ain't
Chan
most
train.
outrageous thing.
I'm learning
that
a
he has
lot,
ever
man.
done
I'm
again.
learning a lot. We're at part 23.
But I could definitely reference a few more instances of where he actually is considered peeing on himself within his own comic series. Starting, of course, with a few from his first book of graphic nudity or sexual
The guy behind the
reference
documentary. Yeah, I heard about that.
on page
April
3
Fools.
of his Zero book. Even worse off, on page 10.
I'm learning. Like, all this is my first time watching
and while
it,
he's
so
in that
I'm
Burger King,
I'm learning everything.
with all
So
his goddamn homosexual references as well. And they
I'm
use
reacting to this
uncensored swear
in real
words
time.
Such as she,
I wish I experienced Chan when it was fresh and new.
in between all of his books. So many goddamn of those. And his A and B books are anti-religious. That little son of a bitch, he's basically peeing on his own self. Now look, I'll admit I have done my little
How many parts
share
are there? 73, and then the
of
April Fool's
nudity
74.
within
I think.
Within a couple of pages. But they were censored by either images of lemon for vagina and bananas for dick.
I have no clue what he's going on
And it was
about.
and that book was finally finalized and organized so that it'd be appropriate for all those of ages, TVY7 and such. And if I ever said a swear word within my book, I would censor it. But he does not censor his own swear words.
So he's just, I guess, the guy that's making
like
like
I
a
said,
rival copycat.
He's basically gone to the things again. He's basically mocking me
Yeah, he's
with
mocking
the
him.
references of myself. Between the belly, the man boobs, the goatee, the glasses, numerous shirts, a fake medal, a copy of my dog, an unapproved recreation of myself and my son and my characters, and even sets me on fire. It makes
You know,
his,
like,
quote unquote Sonichu cologne go against
if the
me
biggest things
as
Chris
being
Chan has to
the
worry about in
original
life
creator
is
of the
getting
original
laid
Sonichu.
and people copying his comics, he doesn't have that bad of a life. Like, if he took the time to, like,
and all my
sit down and look at it.
Well, I do. But he cannot, because he is not me, the original creator. He is not me. So I'd send this message again to Alec, Evan, and even Mao. I have less offense with Sean, by the way, but to those three...
What's up, Megan? How are you doing? What's up, Tommy? Here we go. Everybody's filing in now. Welcome, guys.
And I hope the soul of
Craig, I guess all you guys are finally getting your alerts.
Eats at your souls and kills you in your sleep. But aside from that, his book is the pages within the so-called Asperchu series.
You want to wish Christian on your worst enemy?
Ludicrous and horrendous.
See, I knew you guys would file in.
Even
what's up, 62 IQ?
Even as horrific as within Vivian G's own book.
How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday.
Elizabeth
Terrific
Ross,
Tuesday.
My pastor has read the book from cover to cover, and she hates it.
You've been here, but it can't stay long. It's 5 a.m. What's up, Sterling?
Hates it. And I don't like it either.
5 a.m. Jeez, where you at?
Of disgrace.
Dude, this guy's just droning on. Like, I tune out. I tune out when Christian talks.
But actually, this is worse. The Asperchu and everything there.
What's up, Tricky Panda?
Book. I'm sorry, Vivian, but that book is just
What's up, Craig?
Good.
Doing good?
And I'm definitely gonna let my pastor know about the Asperpedia.
Perfect day, sunny and warm. Been dying for this. Oh, it was a nice day today too.
Within her church and the congregation, and even the FBI. We will see you in Minnesota and take you down personally, Mr. Alec Bates.
Miss seeing me on Game Chasers? It's been a little bit.
Your mockery.
You're just watching last night's live.
Is not appreciated.
What's up, Asian Sleepy?
Other than that, I leave with most everybody else in peace. Have a good day. Except for you three, of which I mentioned earlier.
Shortly after.
Damn, that video finally done. Like, he just rambles. Jesus Christ. What's up, 3Frame?
Meanwhile, the Wikipedia sysop, CogsDev, uploaded Mailbag 41
like he loses
address,
me.
But then soon after, moved all non-Asperchu related letters to Mailbag 42, making 41 a completely Asperchu-filled offering.
Still friendly with Big and H?
Instead of
Who's
responding
Big and
to the
H?
messages in any way, Christian deleted all of them and wrote a 7-point manifesto in their place, proclaiming that he had no relation to Asperchu nor Alec Benson Leary, and wholeheartedly disapproved of his content. Chris also noticed that Leary introduced more Sonichu characters into his Asperchu comics, such as the Chaotic Combo, which led Christian to insert his own parodies of Sonichu parodies from the Asperchu comics into his Sonichu comics, albeit with new names. He even introduced his own take on Asperchu, renaming him Mitch Sonichu. On January 20th, Chris made a drawing asking for people to help Haiti after it was devastated by an earthquake 8 days prior, though Alec Benson Leary had made his own commemorative advert a day after the tragedy, which had been featured prominently on the Wikipedia. Christian's drawing also subtly took a jab at Wikipedia.
So I'm not gonna lie, I've been looking at the Wikipedia at night when I'm in bed.
Touting them as a brother and sister team.
Asperchu.
On January 21st,
Chris is very narcissistic. Yeah, he really is. By the way, I appreciate all you guys in here being here and tuning in with me. I know
change his fashion sense for the better. When his appearance strongly
these streams are kind of cringy, but I've been enjoying doing it.
There was another correspondence with Evan Christopher George, who was told by Chris an elaborate story in which Evan's creation, Sonichu himself, personally spoke with
Derek?
Roastju, who told him that she
this
did
page
not
is
want
getting
to
weird
return
political.
to
Which
Evan.
page? The channel?
In addition, the rejected mailbag section featured a statement from someone who criticized Chris for declaring that Alec was not allowed to bring his Sonichu characters into his own story.
It's just
when Chris
opinion.
himself had never gotten permission from Sega or Nintendo to place their
You don't have to
original
watch
characters
it.
into Sonichu. He also commented that the Wikipedia sysop had no say concerning advertisements.
What do Billy and
which were
Jay think of
crucial
me
in
watching
keeping the
these?
site running
I don't think
smoothly,
they know who
and felt
Chris
that
Chan
Christian's
is.
hand
No,
drawn
you know
on
what?
paper drawing
I think
style
Billy
was
does.
inferior to
I don't
Alec's
think
digital style.
Jay does.
Chris requested that he go f*** himself. In addition, he informed Vivian that he would attend his first young adult social club meeting, where he hoped he would get more exposure concerning his comic book work. It was during this meetup that he met
Jay
the
does?
23-year-old
Jay knows
woman
who...
who will be
No.
referred to herein as the Wallflower.
I doubt that Jay knows who Chris
During her
Chan
first
is.
encounter
I would
with
be...
Chris,
I'd be
she told him that she
very
was not ready
surprised
for a
if Jay knows who
relationship.
Chris Chan is.
Despite them establishing a friendship, Christian, against her wishes, believed that after some time and insistence,
Jaded
he
Kratos
could make
knows who
her
Chris
into his
Chan is.
girlfriend. On January 22nd,
You asked about him in stream, he was
Chris had
like,
his
F
first
that guy?
phone
Well, Jay
conversation
says
with
F that
Alec
guy
Benson
about
Leary.
everybody.
Hi, is this Christian Western?
Oh, no
Canada?
worries, 62 IQ.
Yes, this is Christian. May I help you?
Hi, Chris. This is Alec Benson Leary? Is it
His
okay
trolls
to
are very fucking organized,
sure,
man.
yes.
Like the most organized
Well,
trolls in the
Good.
world.
Well, there's.
But why would
a couple
he always
things I
answer
wanted to
phone
talk to you
calls
about
with
tonight.
them?
First of all, well, I understand you've got a problem with the ads that are on Wikipedia.
Do we think you
Okay,
guys would have had
well,
Chris Chan on an episode of Game
yeah.
Changers? No.
I'll let you have your ads on the Wikipedia, but don't make them too big.
It's not my call,
and,
but I highly doubt
leave
it.
them in the sidebar.
You're going to make a new
Okay.
Transformer
I
Robot
do
called
not want them
Optimegatron?
covering over
Hey, that'd be
the
cool.
introductory box or
Optimegatron
anything else where I have
Supreme.
to scroll down even to edit the
Scream at
pages
people?
or even to log in.
Yeah, my friend Mao, he actually makes the ads for me. I didn't make them myself, but
What's up,
I
Rad
can try to
Hazy?
talk to him about that.
Okay, how about this?
Yeah.
Just to make it equal.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that con where Billy and Jay saw him on the floor of Blue Gundam. That was the 1 year I didn't go to, like I went to too many games like 3 or 4 years in a row, and then 2018 I didn't go. I couldn't make it. I was in California at the time, and I saw clips later that Chris Chan had like a panic attack or some shit and was like laying on the floor. I do know that what's his name? Justin Silverman. His name blanked off real quick. I know that Justin Silverman took a photo with him. Well, with her at Too Many Games. Would I YouTube box?
Put
Depends.
an advertisement for the Wikipedia on the Asperpedia, about as much as the Asperpedia ads for on my Wikipedia.
Well,
That Retropalooza's
you
in an
probably
episode of
contact
this?
Mal, 'cause
That wasn't a
he's my
Retropalooza,
manager.
that was at Too Many
he does all
Games.
the, the grunt work on Asperpedia. I'm sure he'd be willing to sell you some ad space on Asperpedia. We could definitely try to work something like that out.
What's up,
All
What
right,
up,
well,
Russia?
Mel and
What's
I
up,
can talk
Stefano?
through email. All right.
Like you say, we're on friendly terms right now, and I'd like to keep it that way because I got my start because of you. But to be honest, I want to be honest and frank with you. You made a couple of videos. And
Like
I
and
don't watch all
Snark
your
toy
videos,
reviews,
but
how's
I
it
do
going?
try to keep up. I mean, I spent a lot of time drawing the comics, so I
Yeah,
don't
Blue
have a lot of
Gundam.
time
No
to, you know,
spoilers though. Let
watch
me just
videos
watch.
anymore,
Let me
but
just watch the
I saw a couple of
documentary.
videos where you actually threatened me with physical.
Okay,
Depends on both 62 IQ.
Yeah, okay, well.
Also, the video where you you
trying to
wanted
gather
your
evidence of
dog
what's
to-
going on
to
right
eat
here.
me or something like that. Your dog to eat my soul. Like
Yeah.
the death threats were kind of scary to begin with, but that was just a start.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that back as well. I'm sorry.
So this troll's
Kristen
like
criticizes the
making him
creators of
apologize.
Asperchu for featuring blood and gore in their recent stories, and tells Alec to inform his readers in a disclaimer that Chris's Sonichu characters who appear in Asperchu are parodies.
Well, as you said, those weren't yours, though. You said those were copies. You said those were just, copies of...
You almost gave your dog a
your
bath
versions
today?
are just
You know what? My dog
just
totally needs a fucking bath.
Recreated facsimiles.
You're confused. I mean, you said in the comics that those were mine, but so they must be original, right? You said in the comic they weren't the chaotic combo, so they must be original. But then you came and took them. I don't get, and you renamed them, and and not just the combo, but you tried to retake my Asperchu, and Asperchu wasn't a copy of anything.
I have not Blue
renamed
Gundam.
him Mitch Sonic.
Simmer down.
I mean,
I've
Asperchu's
only
mine.
seen up into where you're seeing right
I don't really
now.
appreciate that.
I've never seen any of this before.
You accuse me of thievery, but then you go and try to take my Asperchu.
Okay, well, no, you did take my Sonichu, and made him
But I
claim him
didn't
to be
think
the
that.
original one. And even worse, you made him brother to Asperchu.
Yeah,
With the
calm down,
homosexual
guys. Just
tendencies
let me
and
watch
whatnot.
it.
Even when you drew the...
I haven't seen any. I know nothing about Chris Chan.
You made Wild a homosexual when he is
Nothing.
not.
Well, but
So,
that wild's not yours. I mean, what does it matter if my wild is
not-
gay?
There's
I
a
mean,
big
I
difference.
felt there was depth to the character. I was
Sunny
just trying to give
V2
them a
Rings of
little personality.
Redemption.
Okay, well...
What's up, VJC? Speak of the devil.
Asperchu has a girlfriend, Dixie Chew.
Dixie Chew.
No, actually, I read further in the book, and Dixie Chew dumped his ass.
They're really arguing about fucking
No, she
fictional
doesn't.
characters.
They're destined to be together, Chris. I mean, can't you see those undertones? I mean, that's where this whole comic is going. Even if a girl does dump him, what does it matter? He went after a girl. He didn't go after a boy. Like you said, Sonichu is his brother. I mean, why would he even if he was gay, why would he go for his brother? That's just sick.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you
anyway,
think?
Okay, well, listen.
Dude, sometimes Chris Chan sounds like a kid.
When you, in the future,
and then sometimes he sounds super country.
The Sonichu that is Asperchu's brother, you just refer to him as Michael. And the
39 watching. Yeah, we need to get those likes up. What the hell?
Angelica, Trisha,
hey, guys, smash those likes, please.
But
let's get it up.
Okay. Chris,
let's try to get to 30 likes if you haven't.
But Chris, those aren't really their characters' names. They have the same names as your
Level 1 online, what's up, man? I've seen quite a bit of channel members in here tonight. Appreciate y'all.
Those names originally.
I'm so distracted by the chat tonight. Like,
those would be their
listening to Chris Chan talk on the phone, just like I tune out. It's almost like
they're just of different types. Like
anytime I hear a phone call or a video where Chris Chan's just going on, it reminds me of like, you know, when you watch Snoopy, like the Peanuts cartoons, and you hear the womp 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 womp, like with the adults. It reminds me of that. Like it just, like I just tune out when I hear Chris Chan talk. But yeah.
Without the nickname, he would be Grass Sonichu.
Thank you, Megan.
Without the nickname,
what's up, J&A Wrestling? Thank you, 62.
Flying Fighting Sonichu, Sonic Sonichu.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. Well,
by the way, if you're not a channel member yet, we're almost at 50 channel members.
Really, their names.
We're 5 members away.
Punchy.
We are 5 members away from 50. If you guys want to become a channel member, take a look at the join button underneath this, or on the main channel. There's a join button. I have 2 membership tiers. If you join the plus, you'll have access to exclusive live streams that we're going to be doing soon. But either way, either one's optional. But just take a look at it. We're almost at 50.
Bubble.
No. You see, but those are actually their names in my book.
Their nicknames, you said.
I'll look into it. 62 IQ.
They're their actual names. That's the difference.
No, I'm talking in reference to the Pokemon game. You know, if you want to name your Bulbasaur, they call it giving it a nickname, but really it's just giving them their name.
Thank you, VJC.
Chris, my characters aren't Pokemon, though. I don't draw Pokemon. That's not how it works in my comic.
Yeah, you have been drawing Pokemon. Sonichu is an electric hedgehog Pokemon.
They're really arguing about whether a character is Pokemon.
I thought that was like hedgehog. I make it perfectly clear that Sonichu and Roschu.
Thoughts on the Hyperkin Retro 5?
Pokemon.
I mean, I have a review of it on my channel. If you want to look that up. Just look up Retron 5 review, 8-Bit Eric.
Where they're, like, I've never seen any Pokeballs in your comic, or trainers, or any of those other Pokemon elements, you know?
Yeah,
right now we're in the middle of reacting to Chan, so I don't want to give, like, full thoughts on an off-topic. No offense to anybody.
The S-Chew ball. And there is a reference to that within the book.
Sonichu lives in, like, a house, doesn't he? I mean, he lives like a person who's training.
He was, well, you see, he was originally a wild Pokemon, the original Sonichu. But the original Roschu was originally the Raichu that was caught and trained by the Pokemon trainer Kelly, Kel for short.
I actually didn't know any of that, but I digress.
Yeah, they're arguing over Pokemon.
Asperchu.
Well, I mean, obviously the troll's doing it to fuck with him.
All those characters, those are not Pokemon in my comics. I mean, Pokemon don't exist in the world of Asperchu. Like Asperchu, you know, he lives with his grandparents in a house. I mean, he's a person.
Okay, all right, but still, it just makes it sound like my characters when you talk about these Sonichu from Quickville.
But they're not your characters. We've established that they're not yours. I mean, they're my characters. It's original. Like I said, my comic's not a parody.
Sonichu, and Roschu. I actually have paper registered copyrights on those. So I could sue you, but I'm trying to resolve.
He ain't suing nobody.
You have okay, so you have.
Yeah, look under the copyright section on the Wikipedia.
But you said Sonichu is a Pokemon, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure Nintendo has the copyright claims of Pokemon.
Damn.
So,
Still,
I mean, it's a good point. I might want to just contact Nintendo just to make sure everything's okay. To make sure I'm not stepping on their toes. But
they have been contacted before, and everything's okay.
See, it's funny that he thinks he has the rights to.
Then, I mean, how can you hold the copyright
to Sonichu, even though he's using a Sega
Library of
Nintendo
Congress allows me.
Wouldn't it? Well,
Christian's
Virginia Library
debate.
of Congress, is
Saul Goodman
tell
representing
Nintendo
Chris Chan.
They
That'd be
can't tell
funny.
Nintendo to just hand over copyrights to their creations to just anybody. I mean, Nintendo could take, the Virginia Library of Congress to court and say, hey, wait a minute, you issued this copyright illegal.
Okay, well, let's just, this is what we're talking about right now.
Oh, nice, Megan.
Seems pointless to what we were originally talking about. Let's just agree that...
well, I don't think it's pointless. I mean, I'm just trying to establish that... I mean, you said you could sue me. I mean, I don't want to get sued. Nobody wants to get sued. But I just don't understand how you could sue me. That's what I'm confused on. I mean, you're confusing me, Chris. I mean, call me naive, but I just don't get exactly what you're getting at.
Well,
look how long these calls are. It's so crazy that they got them archived.
The advertisement size and giving me possible Wikipedia ad on the Asperpedia, and just let the Sonichu in your book be known as Michael Sonichu, and the other Sonichus and Roshus that of the non-KI combo.
Okay.
Let's just rename them by the names I suggested in my book. In your book.
Well, all right. Like I said, I'll talk to Mao about the ads. As far as the renaming goes, I mean, I guess you can include, you can make up some characters, Mike Sonichu and Mitch Sonichu and whatever.
Yeah, so many of them episodes are just calls.
If you want to create those characters, that's fine. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to rename my characters.
All right. Well, listen, the battery power on my phone is running low, so perhaps we could talk again another time.
I'm going to be honest, 62 IQ, I'm probably not going to watch anything Wings related on stream. But you can DM me whatever you want.
Focuses on the controversial Mitch Sonichu makeover in Sonichu issue 10, which had some readers asking if this meant that Mitch was a homosexual.
First off, I want to give a shout out to the Portland Sonichu fan club, their president Megan, and their vice president Brad, who did this song that's playing on in the background. Sent it to me on CD here. Thank you. And also to Becky, who's doing a paper on me as a modern cartoonist. I appreciate that. Thank you. Anyway, I stand strong. I continue to draw the pages.
There you go, Chris. Don't anybody fucking tear you down.
Uploaded bulk. I mean, if I can't get 5 in a single day, then I'll still, I'll get them up the next day. But at least I'm doing the average of 2 pages a day. That stands strong. Anyway, also the makeover I did, I just received I just answered a new bunch of messages in the mailbag. You know what? I say this. Think about like on Home and Garden, the Learning Channel, even on Discovery, and even on MTV. There's such home remodeling, cooking cuisine, and myth-busting shows, and even Pimp My Ride. And would you call the people
Pimp My Ride? I forgot about Pimp My Ride.
Something else or somebody else a makeover? No, you don't. So that myth is busted.
Oh, he's definitely dedicated.
I still say what I said against Evan and those people on there.
Yeah, he should have told him to just fuck off.
Possibly due to the camera running out of power.
It was his life.
Pioneer immediately followed up with a short video to complete the captain's log.
Oh, I'm not sure what he was listening
I'll
to.
leave y'all with that. And obviously the Asperpedia is going down because Alec and his crew are shooting themselves in the foot. I would never do blood and gore. That's just gross. I mean, if you're not queasy, then come back to Sonichu.
On January 25th, the Wallflower sent Chris an email listing her various websites, revealing herself to be an amateur writer. Christian admired her skill and wished for them to talk over the phone soon, wanting to exchange more information
It's always
about
thinking
each
with
other
a fucking
and
his
to meet
dick.
again
Anytime
soon.
a girl
Your laughter and voice
freaking writes him
fills
up.
my mind like robins twittering their song after the sunrise.
Anytime a girl
email,
contacts
Chris
him,
informed
he
her of the details concerning their upcoming
fucking
future
just
date,
becomes
in which they
blind.
would go to a concert to see Celtic Woman, an Irish music act, and afterwards would spend some time at a nearby Taco Bell.
It's
He
so
informed
hard
her
to
his
realize
mother
that this
would probably
guy's a
come
real
with him
fucking
to meet
person.
her and her own parental escort. The Wallflower thought this idea sounded nice. Chris then expressed his wish that they keep the option of a relationship open for when the right time comes. She then revealed that she was going to the concert with a friend of hers and offered to meet up some other time. All the while, Christian continued answering mailbags from fans, with uploads of new Sonichu pages becoming more spread out. In Mailbag 46, he defended his tardiness in updating the comic. I have been drawing and coloring on a daily basis.
Fast.
I cannot help if I have a life to enjoy too. I have joined a young adult social group, and I've
You're
met
not
a
wrong,
lovely woman
Stefano.
there
It's the
who
same,
likes me too.
and Sandy's
We
doing
are
the same
hitting it
thing
off
over and over
like
again.
two hip wallflowers. You have a life too. Understand my needs, and let me have my life. Another letter highlighted the discovery that the name Christian Weston Chandler was an anagram for Antichrist Enhances World.
What the
And Devin
fuck?
Christopher George made another appearance, telling him that he would take legal action if Simonla didn't die in Chris's story. I'm not gonna just let it go because you're not a great director. You're a comic artist, and you have to deal with legal issues involving your characters when they arise. You can't pretend a lawsuit isn't imminent and just hope it goes away if you ignore it. This is serious, and if you don't do something about this, I'll have to take some drastic
What's up,
measures.
Game Master?
We're keeping track. In Mailbag 49, when asked about whether then US President Barack Obama should repeal the Don't Ask, Don't Tell military policy concerning homosexuals
remember
to
Don't
allow
Ask,
them
Don't
more
Tell.
freedom and encouragement to join the army, Christian stated that the policy should be repealed so that more gay men could die in explosions.
Damn, that's fucked
It
up.
was also around this time that he was linked to a fan forum called Sonichu Forum, where he conversed with presumed fans and answered their questions.
Oh, thank you.
for
I
about
appreciate
4
that.
days.
I'm just giving my opinion.
On January 28th,
Of course, there's people that are
Alec managed to
butthurt
get
about
Chris
it.
to answer his phone to have another talk.
I would have especially call at 9:30. But anyway,
I actually did try to call at 9:30. It didn't get an answer, so I thought I'd.
You don't really want him getting out of jail? Well, he's already out.
Yeah.
I like when he does that.
For a few minutes, so let's try not to belabor this conversation.
They discuss Chris's ongoing woes concerning ads on Wikipedia, copyright issues, and a problem Chris had with Alec's character being named after Asperger's syndrome.
Chris, we don't choose our names. I mean, our names are given to us. I mean, think
Game
of it this
Master.
way. You know, the name Asperchu, if you think of that as a detriment.
What's up, Alejandro?
You know, if you
How's it
interpret
going,
the comic
dude?
that way, think of it as a personal, a sort of character flaw, if you will, that he has to work to overcome. And all good characters have character flaws. Sometimes characters don't always live the happiest lives in fiction, but that's part of what makes good fiction.
Yeah. But still,
No, I don't think his settings would have been that short.
What if your parents had named you Asper? Because they were, like as if they could foretell you had Asperger. You would have Asperger's.
Okay, Chris, that's part of the, again, the character flaw. Asperchu has things weighing him down. He has curses, and that's part of what makes a good character. I mean, you wouldn't make a character that's just, you know, all powerful and you know, perfect in every way and has no real problems ever, would you? That'd be kind of boring. Complex characters have problems that they overcome.
I mean, as an individual, within his own world, outside of your control, Asperchu would not want that name. He would be in agreement with me and probably want to change his name to something like Mitch. Right? Have you ever watched the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes, I have. It was a good movie.
Great movie.
That whole Toon world there, and within that, it was
a video with Chris going might be a couple hours long. That'd be funny. I'm surprised nobody's actually done it.
Unpublished, drawn all together.
Fleece Johnson? Who's Fleece Johnson?
Would reside your Asperchu.
Pardon my ignorance on that.
Individual thoughts, and she gave him an adult attitude. Within his individual thoughts, he would hate that having the name of Asperchu because it emphasizes his mental problem. And he's like, in his process of wanting to move on from that and become more acceptable in society, that he would not want a name that would make him feel
like
as if he's still living it, even after he's fully recovered from it.
Okay, but Chris,
Christian doesn't know what Asperger's is.
That was still a movie.
Yeah, that was a big deal with him. The whole Asperger's and
predetermined
versus
by
autism
the movie
thing.
Writers and the director, and I mean, there is no, like alternate cartoon world in reality. I mean, cartoon characters don't actually think and feel things.
You obviously are naive about that because you're not understanding that possibility of that universe actually existing.
So you do believe that when an artist creates a cartoon character, that character actually becomes real? Is that what you're saying to me?
Within that universe, yes.
But the universe is fake. I mean, the Asperchu universe exists on paper and
saying cartoon universes exist?
It's whatever I write it to be. Here's a question for you. If you think a character would want, an appropriate name, a good name, not a name that, calls them out on something or sets them back. Sonichu is the name of
Asperchu sounds like
species,
a chewable
correct?
aspirin.
Sonichus and rose chews, those are a species, right?
Yeah, but he was the first original Sonichu, and she was the original rose chew.
But wouldn't they still want their own name?
And they each came up with their name on their own. And they did not need a nickname to go with that.
Would you be comfortable if the name Christian Weston Chandler, didn't exist and you were just called man or person or something?
Man or person.
So what if you actually conceived a child with your girlfriend or wife? Then would you feel that you actually own that child, even after you had raised it from being a baby to, let's say, late teenage years, where that
stay heart healthy. Talk to your doctor about Asperchu.
Independent being.
Chris, you do understand that a child, a human being, is substantially more than a comic character, right? They're not the same thing. They're not even close. Of course I would name a child. Children are real, and children are not our property. I mean, if I had a child, I would give it all the love and support it needed, but it is its own.
Oh, thank you, Blue Gundam. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys comment and like
you draw on
the videos and share them if you can.
What if it was
man person?
What if Asperchu created you?
Well, then I'd be a comic character myself, and I wouldn't have any.
Also, if you haven't smashed a like on this stream yet, let's smash some likes. Let's get them likes up, y'all.
Character would not have their own thoughts and feelings.
No.
naive.
Chris, you have told me that you think that a comic character is fundamentally as much of a person as
the
a
Hogwarts
real
stream is
human
nice. Yeah,
being.
Hogwarts is a lot of fun to
That's the
stream.
naive thought.
No,
I'm the writer. I'm like the god of the Asperchu world. I decide what goes on in Asperchu's world. I decide who and what Asperchu is and what he thinks and feels, if anything, which he doesn't because it's still just a character on paper. And when I put the pen down, Asperchu stops being there. Nothing exists in Asperchu's world that I haven't drawn.
Boy,
and it's naive to think that there's anything more. I think we should agree to disagree.
Waiting for it to drop on the Switch. I'm interested how the Switch version of Hogwarts is going to be.
I'm actually getting some letters about Sonichu. About
Sonichu
why you're
letters?
Not updating daily, and I was kind of curious about that.
Well, for your information,
He's so gullible.
I am updating daily. I draw and color my 2 pages a day. I can't help it if I don't have access to my computer, or if I can't get to it right away. Besides which, my biological clock has been fickle on me. It's been making me fall asleep earlier.
Maybe we could get an alarm clock. I'm just kind of confused why I would spend an hour to draw a page, but not take the extra 60 seconds to upload it.
It takes more than 60 seconds to scan it and fit it in Photoshop, then upload it. It probably would take half an hour for all that to work.
I didn't know that you did Photoshop work with your pages. What do you use Photoshop for, if I may ask?
To change it from handwritten text to more legible typed text.
If I remember right, I think kind of one of the criticisms you had about Asperchu was that it was not completely, hand-drawn original, because I do use Photoshop in part of my creative process, but it sounds like you actually do kind of the same thing, which is, that's fine. I mean, digital media is where, the art world is going, but see, I thought that you drew it all on paper and then uploaded it.
Well, for your information, I did draw it all on paper. The only part that I edit in Photoshop is the text, what you read.
Well, it just seems a little hypocritical that you do use Photoshop in the creative process, but you criticize me for it. I mean, don't you think?
No, actually, what I thought is that you skip the hand drawing and you draw everything on your Photoshop with the computer mouse.
What I do, I use a tablet.
There's nothing wrong with drawing on a computer.
The same thing as pen and
People
paper,
do that now. They use like the
what I draw
Microsoft
is
Surfaces
right
and stuff.
So I don't use a mouse. It's the same.
Okay, but but still, it's crappy compared to mine. Even my mother agrees.
Oh, hey, come on. That's a little insulting, Chris. What do you mean crappy? I mean, my mother says that my comic is, the most beautiful comic she's ever seen too, but I kind of think that's just because she's a supportive mother. Mothers are supposed to support their children.
Not
in
wrong.
their endeavors. I mean, it's okay to disagree. I'm curious why you think it's crappy.
Because it's computer drawn. It's not originally hand drawn.
I just told you it is hand drawn. It's hand drawn on a tablet.
You don't have the old-fashioned original pencil or pen marking.
Hey,
That's
pulling
what I
weed
have.
sucks.
So because I don't have like smudge marks on my paper, is that what you mean? Okay, by comparison, could I say that our car is not, true original transportation?
See, like, I don't
because,
understand why he would
people
find
should be
himself
using
getting stuck
old-fashioned
on these
horses?
calls for like so
You use
long
Photoshop for
with
lettering
people.
effects. We're one
Like,
of the same here.
I don't get that.
Alec then brings up the issue of Simonla.
And that Evan wanted me to talk to you about that, about using Sonichu. Sonichu was his creation, and he used that without permission. And he's
Yeah, he likes to
not
talk and rant.
to get
yeah.
rid of Sonichu and
Not wrong.
Simonla or whatever.
Yeah, but actually, Simonla was never really inspired from Simon Chu. I took an original Rose Chu, I changed her to a ground color, gave her the complexion, added an armadillo shell, and then a few.
You're crushing on high
in broken
school with an
places.
artist that did a lot of traditional
So
drawings.
kinda like how
I
took
never
a Sonic
knew a
and made
girl
him
that could
yellow and gave him a
draw.
goatee and glasses and a Buddha belly, and
That would be cool.
I mean, why didn't you just
50
say
likes
that
on
to
their
Evan
chan.
in the
I'll
first
do a
place?
chan
He's been
impression
emailing
later.
you for a long
But we
time.
should have 50 likes anyway, guys. Come on. I shouldn't have to give
I'm
incentive.
looking at the Simonla page
Just
on
kidding.
your Wikipedia here. You say that about on or before August 26, 2008, I received an email from Evan George.
Well, yeah, hand-drawn art
submitting
definitely
his
has an
Sonichu fan
appeal.
art to me, then later submitted his idea for Simon Chu. It did not strike me as good at first, but for a few months I wanted to create a ground type. So from Simon Chu, I created Simonla.
You draw and
Roach.
paint?
That's on the Simonla article on your Wikipedia. I mean, that's smoking gun, Chris. That's proof that you used Simon Chu as a base.
They're
I'm
using
not
the
trying to attack you
Wikipedia
with this,
against
but I really think this is evidence that you should get rid of Simon Chu and Simonla. Write them out. Because the facts are right there, Chris. I want to let you know that you do need to comply with Evan's demands. Because
Damn.
he's talking about litigation, and he said that he'd back off if you acknowledge in the comic and write Simon Chu and Simonla out, and say that they will be done and gone forever. I mean, would you be willing to do that? Write them out?
Look how they fucking mentally.
Okay, well, don't think too long. I mean, this is a serious issue.
Anyway, I'm feeling tired right now.
Okay, well, maybe I'll let you go. You have a good night, Chris.
Yes, almost all the calls that you see
Good night.
and hear on
As
here
another
are
creator managed
calls
to
with
converse about
trolls
the creative process
being
with Chris, his peculiar attachment to
posing
his
as, like,
characters
other
was
people
made
and
crystal
stuff.
clear. Quickville had become more than a hobby, more than an ambitious dream of stardom, even more than a way to live out his fantasies. In Christian's mind, at least, it had become a tangible reality, inhabited by living, breathing cartoon characters.
No, he wasn't
For as
being
he
mean
had
to
stated
Chris, but
before,
he was still
Chris was
manipulating
truly
him.
young at heart.
Like the intent is everything. It's not so much that you're being mean or not. The intent, the malicious, manipulative intent was still there. Trolls don't necessarily have to be mean. Is this going to auto start the next one, or do I have to click it? It definitely did not feel like an actual conversation. He threatened him with litigation or somebody else. He was trying to manipulate him to change something in his thing. And he also was posing as somebody. What's up, David Plata?
What made him this way?
How's it going, dude? It's been a little bit.
What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Yeah, this whole document and everything. It's pretty insane how much is documented with Chris Chan.
January 25th or 26th.
On January 30th, 2010, Christian uploaded a video in which he apologizes for his actions towards Alec Benson Leary and his treatment of the mailbags.
I want to apologize to Alec for...
He's always apologizing. That's the thing, is that...
having said the things I said before...
people try to make him apologize. They manipulate him to make him apologize.
Want to make amends and peace. And I would appreciate it if the Asperpedia ads were no longer on the Wikipedia.
How many overall hours is this? I have no clue, actually.
Multiple times to shrink them down.
No
put
clue.
them in the sidebar. I have not seen shrinkage. I have to scroll down to even see anything on the Wikipedia, to even to log in, to even to make edits. And it's very annoying and frustrating.
It's only 2006 here? I thought we'd be like in 08, 09 by now.
Get rid of those ads altogether.
It's around 48.
I still
DSP documentary
apologize
16?
for saying the things
I'll consider
I have
that.
said before,
I don't want to, like, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
but I feel like
be
we could
careful.
best be at peace if
Let me be careful with
Mal
what I watch as far as local
that
content
group
goes.
removes all those ads,
I think Chris is at a
altogether.
halfway house.
please. Anyway, and also, I apologize for appearing to be rude in the mailbag responses and deleting and editing some letters, but I can't deal with some topics that get brought up. It's just beyond my comprehension sometimes. And it bothers me. Okay?
Yeah, they're about
So,
40.
I promise to be nicer in my responses. Okay.
Imagine sitting here for
On that
48
same
hours.
day, Chris uploaded Mailbag 50
Exactly, and
himself,
watching it.
which consisted of cherry-picked letters and comments from the troll-created Sonichu forum. It was prefixed with an explanation. This mailbag is the one that I have personally put together to show everyone the best examples of how letters in the mailbag should be phrased, thought, and written. Please take the following examples to heart when writing future letters to me at the
No, I mean like
Wikipedia.
all at once.
In a nutshell, though, the recent letters were just too darn harsh and confusing. These here are nearly harsh, but more comprehensible to me. I'm only doing this once, and these have come from a true, good, and loyal Sonichu fan forum site. However, Christian failed to notice that many of the statements that he thought of as supportive were in fact mocking of his character in a subtle way, which went unnoticed. In Mailbag 51, which was submitted by the Wikipedia sysop as normal, Evan Christopher George left a short and
Be something
cryptic
you do to
comment
somebody in
hinting at
Guantanamo?
legal action. There was also increasing talk of a Sonichu reboot, which would start the series over fresh, and would allegedly eliminate all narrative and copyright complications. Christian claimed that it would start with
What's up,
issue
Falcro?
11.
It's not too dark yet.
On February 1st, Christian uploaded an odd video which came about during an undisclosed trolling scheme concerning a copyright dispute.
Good afternoon. This message is for the World Boiler Certification over in London, England. And I'm addressing this to Miss Abigail.
Tommy, he's what's
Woodrock
called a
of
locale on the
I am
internet. A
allowing Miss Woodrock
LOL
and
cow.
Company to represent
Basically
me
somebody
to the
that
court in this
got trolled a
issue,
lot
this
on the internet.
international issue between
Um,
us. Between my
In short,
Sonichu,
there's
the
like a
electric
74-part
hedgehog
document
Pokemon
of this guy, and
of
I'm just watching it with
the United
everybody.
States of America, and Sonichu, the eclectic
Let somebody in the chat explain it to you. Just jump in and watch the ride. He's somebody that the internet picked on a lot.
of London, England. Firstly, I would like to emphasize that another one which I like to emphasize is
how's it going, Falco?
Character differences and moral differences. My Sonichu is actually a hedgehog with electrical powers. With a possible combination between another hedgehog and the Pikachu. Of which
what's up, classic visual?
Not mentioned right now.
I'm not sure where the trolls are.
And then we got Mr. Blockley's Sonichu. We're talking about a Jamaican drug dealer here. And lives in some other city, possibly in London. In London. Anyway, eclectic, high on the hedge, and high on the hog. You want some of this Pokemon? Anyway, big, humongous differences, which the two are nothing similar at all. And even from the vague description I have of the of Mr. Blockley's version, we're talking about he would look something like that. And between my Sonichu, which in this page he's currently in this super.
Yeah, guys, smash the like, please.
KI crystals. Big differences between the two. So I
Tommy's
move
not
that
wrong.
we allow them to coexist internationally as my Mr. Chandler's Sonichu and Mr. Blockley's Sonichu. And anyway, also I would like to, before I conclude, I would like to
this guy just rambles.
From what I have seen so far, you are obviously a troll trying to pick on me. And after I have
this is where he fucks up, is he acknowledges when he's getting trolled.
My Sonichu towards the worldwide fan base, and I have a lot of fans, forums, even pages that have slandered my good name, and the current Wikipedia, which you can find all my original comic pages on there, originally hand drawn, and then the text edited for easier reading.
Never acknowledge when you get trolled, guys. Never.
But anyway, yeah. With that, again, Miss Abigail Udock, you may represent me in the high courts over there in England, and I appreciate y'all's time. Thank you.
Later that day, Chris got a call from Alec Benson Leary, who was angry with the inadequacy of Chris's apology video.
Well, I've been nice to you for too long. You didn't mention anything of what
they're
you
grilling
were
his
apologizing
apology now.
for. You just said, "Oh, I'm apologizing for some of the things I said." Is that supposed to include the death threats, Chris? Because you should probably mention that specifically.
Yes, it did include the past death threats.
Okay, well, I think I'd like you to make a
See, they would
better
grill
apology
him and
video.
fucking order him around.
And in your
manipulate
second
him.
apology video, I want you to not spend 80% of the video making demands of me. Because, see, an apology video should be just that. It should be apologizing for when you did something wrong. Do you think you've done something wrong to me, Chris?
I admit
60
that
years
I
old?
have done wrong to you, Alec.
Could you imagine Chris Chan at 60? People didn't think he was going to make it to 30.
Mislabelings, kind of like what a troll would do. Isn't that right? You know, I don't want to just tell you to make a more specific video if you don't know specifically. So please list the things that you think you did wrong to me.
All right, Alec, I'm sorry for mislabeling you and giving you death threats.
What did you mislabel me as, Chris?
Mislabeling you as a villain type of person.
Yeah, that was pretty bad of you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
Let's see, death threats, mislabeling, calling you, making you out like a villain.
How about, here's a hint. Is there anyone close to me, a friend perhaps, that maybe you've mislabeled as well, that you've done wrong against?
Let me guess, Evan?
You got it right. You have wronged Evan. Do you know how you've wronged Evan?
For labeling him as an origin point for Simona.
Yeah, the goalpost always moves, guys,
actually,
when you apologize
that was the correct thing.
Manipulative
That was the one correct thing
piece
you
of
did,
shit
was
trolls.
labeling him as the origin point of Simona, because that's what he was.
Okay.
What's the wrong thing you did to him?
I yelled at him, too.
There's a bigger issue.
See, they lecture him like
You
they're
stole
his fucking
Sonichu
parents.
Which
I get it. They're trying to, I guess.
He won't give his character back.
On paper, they're trying to teach him a lesson and shit, but
he can have his Sonichu.
they're also being very manipulative to somebody that doesn't process
and twisted it around.
the situation.
That's
you know what I
your
mean?
Sonichu article on your Wikipedia says. It says Simone was based off Sonichu.
If he was adopted by another family and knows better, he probably would have been better off.
Now, that doesn't change what was in the past.
Like identify
you cannot
autism.
write a new article in the present and change what happened in the past.
Well, yeah,
Chris,
he deserves to be canceled.
And plagiarism.
What's up,
Why are
Trollsifico?
those concepts okay for you to do, but they're not okay for anyone else to do? Will you tell me that?
Okay, I guess I cannot think of a good answer for that.
Yeah, that's because there really isn't one. You understand that, right? The same rules have to apply to everyone. You don't get different rules than other artists. You need to atone for your mistakes. I want you to, in your comic, issue a full apology to Evan and admit that Simonla and Sonichu are not your characters and you used them wrongfully without his permission and you are going to retire them. Not really that hard to do. I mean, Simonla hasn't even appeared in your comic recently, so it's not like you're going to hurt your plot line if you just issue an admission that you're not going to use her anymore.
Well, I'll think about that.
Not good enough. My ads aren't going down unless you say yes to that. That's one of my conditions. Because I've got several problems with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those gal pals definitely made fun of him behind his back. That's a given.
Okay. Another problem. I want you to apologize to me for calling me naive.
Although I will say there was probably
naive?
a couple of them that were like legit.
No, I do not believe
nice
you are
him.
naive.
I think in high school he was a little bit.
You know, I don't think naive is that.
A little bit more.
But what means
normal.
the most is that you think it's a bad thing and you still.
Would I ever go on side schools? Yeah, if they ask me on.
For me.
I don't think I'm well known or big time enough for them to
and
get me, but by all means, yeah.
There's a few points here. I don't want you to forget any of them.
Yeah.
I don't really know Craig,
what are the main
but I'd get on there.
I want you to do. List them off to me, just so I know that you're with me so far.
Okay, I'm apologizing for for cursing you, giving you death threats, calling you naive.
Like I've met Craig like twice, but I'm sure he don't remember me.
Labeling your comics as plagiarization of my Sonichu character and myself, and apologizing
you're going to admit that Asperchu's original.
Evan.
Yep, good. And what else about Evan?
Yeah, I'm going to apologize to him, and he can have his Sonichu.
You're going to admit publicly that Sonichu is not yours to use, and you were wrong to do it, right?
Right. Sonichu is not mine.
I'm glad.
Sick of this. They're just fucking ordering him around and bossing him around.
It feels like you're finally starting to listen
control
to me
him.
a little bit, because you haven't been listening to me. You know, I thought about what you said about how Asperchu wouldn't like to be named Asperchu. I thought that I might write it into my comic that I might have Asperchu say that he likes his name. That would probably clear that problem up, don't you think? I mean, you're always filling in Sonichu's speech bubbles. So whatever Sonichu says must be correct, right? Sonichu says he likes something, then he likes something. So if Asperchu says in my comic that he likes his name, then he likes his name.
Yeah, okay, well, just don't make any references of, of my city of Quickville or saying that my original Sonichu is related to Asperchu.
You already stated that the Sonichu and the chaotic combo and everything else that appears in my comic are just copies or, not connected to you. So it really doesn't matter what I do with my Sonichu and my Quickville.
See, this guy's just grilling him.
No,
different than yours.
The Quickville is mine, and the chaotic combo is mine. They originally were mine.
You said the one that I'm using is different, though. That's the one you tried to steal from me, remember? Add this to your list, actually. You should probably apologize for stealing things from me all the while you're trying to fight me stealing things from you. I think that's a good thing to add to your apology list.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. Okay, before the recreation of Sonic and the chaotic combo in your book, just establish that they're not the ones from Quickville. They're just They're from Minnesota.
I'm not going to consider doing a damn thing for you until I see this apology video and am satisfied with it.
Jesus.
You will see the apology video, and I'll have it uploaded tonight.
Yeah, I get
All right,
mixed
tomorrow,
emotions
whenever you
too
want.
watching it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's your schedule.
All right, I gotta go now. You take care. Bye-bye.
This was immediately followed by the requested apology video for Evan and Alec.
I would like to take this moment to apologize to Mr. Alec Benson Leary for the curses and death threats and mislabeling
Playing
I
X-Men
placed
2
upon
on
him,
Genesis
such as
with that Retrobit controller. Nice. Yeah, the Retrobit controller was pretty good, I think. I liked it.
His own quote-unquote fan mail and all that. And
I think
also,
it feels really good,
apologize
actually.
for
Did you get the wireless one or the wired?
for misunderstanding his Asperchu as being a parody and labeling it as such as much
Watch,
as
I bet
it
you
is
this guy's
his
not going to
original
enjoy
character.
the apology.
Asperchu is Alec Benson's Larry character. Alec Benson's... Try saying that 3 times fast with plurals. Asperchu is Alec Benson Leary's own creation, not mine. And I retract all the past statements I have made against that, and of his book being anything parodic or copycatishly to anything in my book. Anyway, along with that, I also would like to apologize to Evan for offending him and by
See, like every other video he makes
false claim of his Simon
is a
Chu
fucking
character.
apology.
I'm happy to give that back to him, and I retract all ownership of the Simon Chu character. And I'll leave y'all with that. So, yeah. My respective apologies to all of y'all on the Asperpedia. Hope we can get along and maybe be less offensive advertise-wise. Okay. Be safe and have a good day.
The next day, Chris wrote a short blog post in which he requested that all of his fans bombard Mao with complaints to his email address. Soon after, Chris made a video attacking Mao.
This message is to Mr. Mao of the goddamn Asperpedia. Your ad right now, what you have up there on my Wikipedia, that's just wrong. You're imitating
It's fucked
Jack
up that they were
Daniels
able to get
now,
ads up there
and
that were all
I do not appreciate it. Either you remove your ads altogether, or I will have your head on this. I'm already having your head on this because as much as I have a curse on, I possibly have a curse on me, you are gonna get cursed as well.
Cursed Maya.
Addressed to Mr. Mao of the Asperpedia.
Did he really? Does he still do that? Does Christine Chandler
Take
still
down
curse
the
Maya
ads.
people?
Or prematurely rot.
He then received a call from Alec, who started off by saying that the latest apology video did not address everything as was requested, such as Christian's use of the word naive.
You know, I asked you to apologize for the word naive. You didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
See, move the goalposts.
Yep, yeah, it is your bad. Because that word is such a huge deal to you. I wanted you to mention that specifically. Pretty sure I said that.
Yeah.
Another thing you said my quote-unquote fan mail, which I didn't like that. It was like you were suggesting I don't actually have real fans. That's not nice, Chris.
Well, I did not mean that.
Well, why'd you say it? I don't really like going through this, night after night with you, Chris. I mean, I shouldn't have to tell you these things over and over. You tell a kid things over
See,
and
he's
over.
fucking berating him.
An adult, a man should, listen once and then know what to do.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? Well, apparently you made a video right before I talked to you cursing Mao. That wasn't good either, Chris. I mean, I don't think I specifically mentioned Mao when I talked to you, but I think you should have been able to infer that I don't want you cursing him either. You know,
He put up a bunch of dicks on my Wikipedia yesterday.
I used to kind of sympathize
Alec
with
is
you
the true
about how Mao
narcissist.
was
He
being
definitely
mean to you, but then
coming
I
across as
realized
one.
that
If that's even
you're
his real
a bully
name.
and you don't respond to anything except, mean things like that. Now I kind of think that Mao had the right idea. Because I was trying to be nice to you, and all you did was insult me.
No, you misunderstand me. I am not a bully.
Oh, you're not.
Chris is definitely reactionary.
I am not a bully.
You are a troll, though. That's for certain.
I am not a troll.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Ever since Asperchu appeared, you've been doing nothing but trying to shut me down. Just like the trolls that try to shut you down. But the great Christian Weston Chandler, he's perfect. You know, nobody can attack him or parody him. But if someone else does something that he doesn't like, doesn't matter if it has nothing to do with them. Oh, there's going to be hell to pay.
Chris fakes an interruption by pretending to be his mother.
Excuse me a moment. Yes? Hey, Christian, listen. I need you to go play a case in the kitchen. Oh, okay, Mom. I'll take care of it. And then go kitty out, would you? Sure. Right there. I'll be right there. Yeah, my mom's telling me to go clean up keys, too. I gotta go. So, is there a number I can call you back at? So I can talk to you later?
I really don't want to give you a number, because you troll me on the internet already. You'll probably troll me on the phone if I gave you
see that? Fucking
you
manipulating
go ahead.
his ass.
I know letting the cat out is probably going to be hard work and is going to make you want to sleep, because I know your biological clock is all whacked out from all your stress.
Letting the cat out.
Because I know it's stressful trolling me. So.
I am not trolling you, but anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
Anyway, okay, well, Chris, I'll let you go, but I want to let you know that that your apology video was not satisfactory, and you haven't even apologized to Evan at all in your comic like I asked you to. So you go ahead and go, and I will talk to you later. I'll call you when you don't.
Well, by the way, I unblocked your email, so you can send your thoughts in typing as well.
Well,
you know how he reacted to Sonic Frontiers? That's right. He was in jail when Sonic Frontiers came out, right?
During this time, the explicitness of the Wikipedia ads increased. This included an image parodying the sex act seen in the drawing She Came for Quick, which depicted Chris satisfying his naked mother with his fingers. He never made any mention of this. On February 4th, an ad appeared which stated that Christian had just passed away. Later that day, he had another call with Alec Benson Leary, who gave him an exhaustive list of 18 points that had to be addressed in Chris's next apology video. These included admitting Simonla was not his original creation, admitting to calling Alec naive, apologizing for depicting in his comic that Alec possessed female prisoners in his basement, violently killing Simonla in his comic, and promising to look sincere while giving the apology. Most of these points were addressed in a video recorded later that day.
First off, I'm not dead, and I have a few announcements to make.
It's fucking ridiculous that they would make a false advertisement that he's dead.
Dead to you? No, I'm alive, safe, well, and healthy. As for the announcements, I admit Alec has a sizable fan base, possibly greater than my own, currently. I originally had permission for use Sonichu in my comics from Evan, but then he took it away. Simona was not mine, so I've given it back to him by killing her later. I apologize to Alec for calling him naive multiple times. And apologize to Mal. Here's a forgiveness blessing. Forgiveness blessing. There you go.
You can imagine him running. Oh yeah, the Sonic. Did he at least see the first Sonic? Was he locked up before the first Sonic movie came out?
It's snowing.
No. He got locked up in 2021. So he probably saw, or she probably saw the first Sonic movie.
And I apologize to Alec for taking Asperchu and his recreated characters for re-editing and whatnot. There'll be a page later explaining all that. That was another apology I made to him earlier about pretending my mother. I apologize for accusing him for female entrapment and rumors about rape. It was never meant to be rape. It was just like, he had those 4 roach chews in his basement, kept them in cages, treated them like hamsters. Giant hamster wheels, water bottle, food pellets. No rape.
First time movie came out in 2020, yeah, so he saw the
you don't
first
rape
one.
a hamster. And I had no excuse for not updating up some days. But real life just happens, though. That's my only excuse, real life. Other than that, I have no excuse. And I apologize for disrespect in the mailbags and belating updates. Yeah, so with that, I'll leave you all with that. And I'm alive.
Chris is a movie theater watching the second movie, he'd just scream in anger? You think so? I thought the second movie was pretty good.
One more thing. I admit that I trolled Alec in a sense like I was trolled before, and I apologize for that. I didn't want to leave that detail out. I trolled Alec, and I apologize for that. And I will not troll him anymore. Okay.
On February 6th, the Wikipedia was locked to further edits, allegedly due to a cease and desist order from Evan Christopher George. Chris was deeply saddened, but still continued to send some brief, lighthearted emails to the Wallflower. On the 8th, Alec called him again to talk about recent events.
Just calling to see how things are going with, well, I know that Evan went forward with freezing the Wikipedia on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are you thinking about that?
What am I thinking about that? I can't edit it. I can't edit squat.
Well,
and I was going to answer some more mailbag letters.
Well,
I finally got my PC back and running after a weekend and not having it after
See this, they just keep fucking with the dude, man.
Well, that's good. I'm just, Evan, he got kind of impatient because he was waiting a long time for this. Do you have
What's up, Powerwolf?
The Simone Law death page and the apology page?
I have them upload either tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever the thing is unfrozen.
All right. Well,
these guys are so fucking demanding of him. It's outrageous.
I'm satisfied with your apology video, and I don't think I'll be asking you to
How many
make
apology videos has this guy made? Chris Chan
it's
make?
Become apparent to me that I don't think you really even understand what you did wrong. It was rather apparent that you didn't put any thought into why I wanted you to say those things at all.
Actually, I did get the point behind everything.
Yeah, there was even less emotion in your voice in that video than there is normally.
That guy kind of sounds like Alpha Mega Sin.
I mean, I've seen apology videos you made before, and they're all pretty lackluster, but this one was just like a slap in the face.
It kind of sounds like Alpha when Alpha just talks normal without like
you thought that reading
yelling and cussing
would get my ads off of your site.
Holy shit, he does sound like Alpha.
Just because I don't really want Asperchu associated with your perennial legal troubles. But, if you do get Wikipedia back
how fucked up would that be if it was exposed
because I'm not satisfied.
That this guy was Alpha.
That's if you get
What's up, Donkey Kong? We got the Donkey Kong
as far as
here.
I can tell, you don't really even care about Sonichu that much.
Oh, yes, I do.
Well,
I have everything in the pages.
Chris, I warned you numerous times.
God damn, now I can't
over the past
unhear
several
it.
weeks that someone was targeting you for a lawsuit over problems you were causing with Sonichu. And
is it a Pittsburgh accent? No, it's not. It's not a Pittsburgh accent.
Me, I would deal with it right away.
It sounds like him. I swear to fucking God, that sounds like him.
You had time, Chris. You had all the time in the world. Doesn't that seem reasonable to you?
I don't think there's really such thing as a Pittsburgh accent. There's East Coast accent, Southern accent.
What your day was like last time I talked to you.
Dude, yeah, Falco, he does sound like
you
fucking
were sleeping
Alpha.
until 11 in the morning. I mean, 11, Chris? That's ridiculous. I would kill to be able to, sleep in all day. I have to get up early every day because I have things that I need to do. I mean, I don't understand what this whole biological clock thing is that you keep falling back on.
You know what? Look it up on Wikipedia.
Look up what?
Biological clock.
Biological clock is a phrase that women usually use to refer to their most fertile reproductive years. I really have no reason, no understanding.
Dude, if I had my eyes closed, I would say that's Alpha Mega Sin.
The sleeping schedule.
Classic Vigil, you hear it?
I don't have problems with sleeping, any sleeping schedule. I think what happens with a lot of people when they have absolutely nothing to do with their
holy
days,
motherfucker, guys, I'm not making it up.
That's messed up. See, I have a routine. I have to go to work, and I have to go to school, and I work on my comic.
Oh
I
no, I'm well aware, Powerwolf. He's one of my best buddies online.
You don't care about your comic, therefore.
That sounds like
body
a lot.
Have
I talked to him? It's been a couple months, off and on. I'm not gonna lie.
Otherwise. You know, you don't upload any pages. How many times have I told you you have to start uploading pages? Not just when I wanted you to make the apology page. I just mean in general. But you didn't listen.
Well, I have been working on the pages, and I will be uploading them as soon as the thing gets unfrozen. And I had to go through without a PC the past weekend because I was in a power failure.
Power failure? Like the power was knocked out all weekend? I have blackouts on occasion, and my computer shuts off, and then when the power comes on, I just press the power button, and my computer comes back up in a minute.
You know, for me, it came. I tried powering back on, and then the farthest it had gotten was just the introductory HP Pavilion's blue screen. And then it would go into looking like one of those color bars where the station's not broadcasting.
So what you're saying is you don't take care of the equipment that you need to do your comic.
I admit I need a new computer.
Why can't you buy one? You know, I've seen
one right now.
I've seen, videos of you in your room. You've got you've got like a 40-inch HD TV in there. You've got your PlayStation 3. You've got like a wall.
I can't unhear it now.
You can't afford a basic computer, like nothing.
Liquid
fancy,
Alpha, holy shit!
$200. I could go buy myself 10 new computers right now if I wanted. How many video games do you own that you don't play, Chris? I've played a lot of games in my lifetime, but I own very few.
That's funny.
Right now,
I'm going to have to show him it one day.
I usually sell them.
Next time I talk to him.
You sure have a lot of time on your hands, Chris, to play all those games, for that matter.
Where's Liquid Eric at? Wouldn't that be funny if there was like a Liquid Eric somewhere?
Chris, how many hours a week do you spend on video games right now?
I don't know. I'd say about maybe 2 or 4.
2 or 4 hours a week? A day, okay. That's an awful lot of time to be spending on video games per day.
I don't think 2 hours a day is a lot on games.
On your comic, if you cared about your comic, but obviously you care about video games.
Comic. It's just I use that. That's actually between drawing and coloring.
But you could use that video game time to upload them, and you never did that.
Oh yes, I do.
How many days have you missed since you promised you would upload 2 pages a day? You don't care. Your actions.
It's funny, isn't it, Falcro?
Actions speak louder than words, Chris. I don't even consider you competition anymore. Do you know that? Because you obviously, my competition are artists that actually care about their work.
It's a lot if you have no income. I mean, 2 hours? Nah, I don't think 2 hours, even if you have no income.
You have nothing to do.
2 hours ain't that much.
And then
Dude, I legit cannot unhear Alpha Megasynth's voice now with this guy talking.
Comic, you just attack me. And then when I'm nice to you,
remember how the gameplace is doing since Chris got banned from the place?
And then when I get mad and yell at you
no clue. I'm not that far into the thing yet, guys.
And then when I'm nice again,
don't spoil anything for me.
I don't want to keep yelling because I'm not that kind of person.
I'm new to Chris Chan. That's why I'm watching all this.
Do you have anything to say, Chris? He hung up.
Later that day, the Wikipedia site was wiped clean of all info, only to be replaced with a link to the Asperpedia. Chris made a video attacking those responsible the following day.
As much as it is to my dismay, I have to point out, but you can thank Alec, Evan, Sean, and Mal on the Asperpedia, because I got confessions from them.
Yeah, this is my first time watching all this. I never really kept up. That's the point of why I'm watching all this, is so I can catch up, since I'll be up to date now that he's out of jail.
Being able to make any updates.
Or she's out of jail.
Because of that goddamn Evan. If I could go back to before November 2007, I would have never viewed that damn ED page.
There, he knows he messed up by watching you, looking at ED.
Dirty trolls.
Shouldn't have ever acknowledged it.
But I know every last one of you now, and I have suffered through so much torment, and this one really takes the cake. And you all just want.
What's up, Heyo Studios?
Me. You get one hell of a response. And all my true loyal fans, can blame those on the Asperpedia, those 4, because they have done the wrongest. They took away that which inspired their own comic pages. They destroyed what was undestroyable.
Yeah, everybody that's
but
talking
can
to him
be
is messing with him.
rebuilt.
You gotta just...
And I will rebuild it.
Bigfoot's ghost?
My
A
own
meeting for
help
Bigfoot's ghost?
and my own funds.
Oh my.
I have people on the inside. The Wikipedia will be backed up. And I never wanted to kill Simona. But I was practically blackmailed by that goddamn Evan.
See, he didn't need
I
to
would
make any
have him
videos
in
about
a
any of
psychic
this shit.
link
That's what always got him
within
into
my
trouble.
psychic powers, frozen in time. And then I would put him in the jail cell, as with the same fate between Alec, Sean, and Mao. And after what they have done unto me so far, which they did not have to do, but they did.
He's
and
always
they
getting
are all
blackmailed.
guilty of tormenting me like
So
they
weird.
have. I would
What's up,
have
Black
them
in
executed.
Symphalon Studios?
And I don't care what they think or what they say. This is my stand against you 4.
But, like, why is he doing a fucking wrestling
Right.
promo against these trolls?
In hell! Anyway, everybody else, have a good day. I'm still shoveling snow and drawing and coloring, regardless of there being a website or not. Good day.
As a result, he did indeed kill off Simone LaRoche in the story, which seemed to have satisfied Evan, as the Wikipedia returned virtually back to normal on Valentine's Day.
Most
with the ads for Asperchu
gamers
replaced
that are
with ones
cringe.
for Sonichu Revolution,
Most locales
which was a
have
comic
bad
created by
hygiene.
Alec during the downtime of the Wikipedia. According to Leary, due to the troubles of the site and Christian's frequent tardiness, he felt that it was his duty to give Sonichu fans what they wanted, and offered them his own version of the proposed Sonichu reboot, which addressed the ongoing copyright issue by brutally murdering
Jesus.
copyright-infringing characters. In the meantime, Christian posted an update on
He
his
murdered
blog,
all the
writing that he would
copyright-infringing
continue working on
characters?
his comic, and that things with his girlfriend were going well. He then resumed answering mailbags, which have been backlogged since before the lockdown of the site. For Mailbag 52, he adopted a new strategy to answer difficult and offensive letters. He replied to 10 challenging correspondences with the same response.
What's up, Saint Daddy?
Your letter
Cool?
has been read fully, and your thoughts have been imputed and accepted for better improvement. Thank you for your time and efforts. He abandoned this tactic from Mailbag 53 onwards.
Oh, all the
Despite
bullying
Alec's
definitely
best
made him
efforts to
worse.
make Christian aware of Sonichu's damning legal issues, it seemed that everyone except Chris knew that Sonichu could never truly come to fruition, as it was, in essence, an extension of its creator, an amalgam of ideas taken from various pop culture sources, existing in a nonsensical fantasy world, destined to fail.
That part felt fast. That last part, that one felt like that went fucking fast. Make sure if you guys haven't smashed that like yet, we're almost at 50 likes, guys. Can we get 50 likes? Smash the like. Let's don't stop at 50 though. Let's keep going. Let's hit the like button. Let's get some likes up. Hopefully you guys are having a great night. Who's still here with me? Feel free to say hi. What's up, dearest Abby? It's getting deeper and deeper. This is how supervillains are created. Pokemon Stadium's up on Switch. I thought I saw something about that. I've never really played that, to be honest. I guess I'll have to check that out. Papacito Chulo, what? What's up, Prince David? All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and we will continue. What's up, Anthony? Let's go ahead and get to the next part. Love the fucking intro music.
What made him this way?
You're watching on the big screen. Nice. You hope
What is the
Chris doesn't
attraction?
go to Japan. I'm pretty sure Chris is not allowed
What
to leave the
keeps us
fucking country.
fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Okay, here we go, baby.
On February 18th, 2010, Christian asked Alec Benson Leary to call him to discuss the
The
new
tune
ads
fits
on
Chris.
the Wikipedia.
Yeah, I got your
I will-
email. Looks like you wanted to
Yeah.
talk. What's up?
Okay, well, just let you know, I'm in the middle of dinner right now, so I'll have to make this short. But, yeah, I am a bit concerned about the fact that you could see with the oversized ads on the Wikipedia. I mean, the smaller banner ad, that was okay. But, no, you had to go and add
Chris,
a whole...
Chris,
do the
Chris,
big, do the big
Chris,
page.
Chris.
Yeah.
You asked me to call you right at 9:30, and when I do, you're eating dinner. Chris, if you're going to ask someone to go out of their way for you for something, you should probably actually allow them to do so and not act like you are inconvenienced when they do.
Oh
That's
shit,
just a
Rich!
suggestion.
Thank you for gifting
But
a membership. I
I-
appreciate that.
So,
Hashtag
do you
Rich88.
remember how I told you that if
Thank
you
you.
met
Can I
my
get a hashtag
requirements
Rich88 in the
exactly,
chat?
I wouldn't remove the ads, but if you failed to meet my requirements, the
You
ads would
feel
get
ball
worse.
for all this?
So you failed to meet my
For Chris,
requirements.
all this made him
You
worse
did meet
than he
Evan's
would have been without this
requirements, apparently.
happening.
Evan is happy with
Yeah,
you,
for
and
sure.
I'm proud of
It's
you for
definitely
doing that, 'cause
sad,
Evan is he's
Cringy,
he's satisfied
disrespect.
that you
Yeah,
killed
it's
Simone.
all disturbing.
However, I am not Evan, and I had different requirements than Evan.
They discussed the ads for Sonichu Revolution.
Now, listen, your comment page is...
Oh, snap. CA12LO5 with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you. Can I get a
Oh, it's
hashtag?
kind of too bad that I bought
CA12
ads on your
CA12L05
website, and when I
donated
gave you
$4.99
multiple
through
opportunities
Super
to
Chat.
get out of me
What's up,
having web
neckbeard?
space, or,
Chris
ad
Chan
space
is
on your
God's
website.
way of being funny.
Chris Chan's God's way of being funny. I don't know. It's more sad than funny.
You didn't take them. How many times
To be honest,
did
but thank
I,
you. Hashtag
was I gracious enough to give you
CA12LO5
an
or
extremely easy way out
Al05.
of all of this? And if I remember correctly, I did talk about how you are the luckiest person in the world to have a competition like me who would be so generous and go out of his way to help his competition. Because I don't want to just take over everything.
No, I think
don't wanna
Chris
be the only artist
Chris
out
is
there.
at a halfway house that he's not allowed to leave
That's not
without
fun. You kind of want to
supervision.
be the only artist in existence. I don't know why you want that.
I never said that I did not want other artists to...
Well, you said it with your actions, if not with words.
Thank you, Rich,
directly.
for the gifting the
okay,
membership.
well,
I
perhaps
appreciate
my
that.
actions were misunderstood in this case.
Oh, not misunderstood in the least. Oh no, your actions
If
were
you
very
guys-
clear. You,
If you guys
slandered
want to become a
and
channel
smeared me
member,
as much
there's
as
a
you possibly
join
could.
button
You
underneath the
put
stream
all of your
or on the
effort
main
into
channel. You can
trashing
take a
me
look
rather
at
than
it. It's
building up
completely
your own
option. We're almost at
It's hard to misunderstand that.
50
It's hard to misunderstand.
members.
You
I
know,
think we're at
repeatedly hanging
46
up on me.
now. So we're like 4 away from
You've
50.
been out of commission for like 3 weeks. You
Appreciate
haven't done
it.
shit for your fans.
And make
When
sure
are you
you
going to come back?
take a look at
Oh,
your
okay.
memberships, see when they roll over or not. Maybe even consider having it automatically roll over every month.
All those pages which I drew up.
Yes, this
How
is
many
a
pages
troll
is that?
talking to him,
Like over
Insomniac.
30 now. I'm going to upload all those pages.
That he
all the
thinks
main
is a
pages
creator of
in
a
a
rival
bunch,
comic.
in a bunch on my birthday, which is next Wednesday.
Okay, well, until then, I think I'll just keep uploading Sonichu Revolution because I want to please your fans, even if you don't. Chris, why would you?
I gave him I put up a new page yesterday as well.
So yep, I saw that actually. That one page plus, I think you had 2 pages where you killed Simone. So that's 3 pages total, in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, anyway.
I do 2 pages a day. That means I've uploaded, in the past 15 days, I've uploaded 30 pages of my own. When's your birthday? Like 8 days from now?
You are mistaken. We're not talking about 8 days. My birthday is on the 24th of February.
My mistake. So 6 days.
Christian had had a
Okay,
birthday
well,
a
I'll have
couple months
12 new
ago.
pages by then, in addition to the 30 I've already uploaded. I'm sorry, I didn't know when your birthday was.
Well, specifically stated on my bio page.
There's 74 or 73 total, so we're at 25.
24th of February, 1992.
So,
Chris, when is my birthday?
I don't know. I did not study your bio. I did not study your bio.
Chris, it's on my bio page on the Asperpedia. Why wouldn't you know it?
Well, I did not make an effort
if I'm
to tell
supposed to know
you.
your birthday, don't you know mine? Chris, I'm kind of hurt.
Okay, well, I apologize for that. And after we're done here, I'll go to your bio page.
the internet was Chris Chan's life. He's probably dying without it.
You don't have to do that.
Or maybe
Don't
it's
worry
good
about
that
it.
he's
I'd rather
completely
you work
unplugged.
on pages than go look up info about me. Like, as soon as we're done with the call or whatever, just get to work on it. I mean, stay up all night if you have to get those pages up. Because here's the thing about the way fans
DSP is going to transition.
If you leave your fans in the dark for a week or 2 weeks or a month or however long, it really doesn't matter if you're partially completing some things, because if you don't put out any product, then your fans have nothing to work with. Have you, what do you think of Sonichu Revolution, by the way? Have you been reading it? I'm only like 7 pages in right now. But.
I have to look at it, and I did not like the way you were killing characters left and right. That's no good. It's just terrible. Don't go killing characters. That just does not work.
How many comic books and TV shows and movies and, whatever other media have you seen where characters die? Do you think they're all bad?
Walking Dead?
Yeah, well, yeah, they are bad because that's just totally sad. And plus, to do it in such a gory way, it's just terrifying. It's like any of the Saw movies, especially like the first Trap in Saw 6.
Did you like those movies?
Yeah, I like them. I mean,
I don't know why he always gets caught in these fucking phone
but
calls.
There's death in it. How could you like a movie that has death in it, Chris? Death is bad. You said death is bad.
Yeah, but I mean, still, that's Hollywood magic. That's
well,
the people that acted in those movies are still alive and well. They just
right. I forgot, because comic characters are real people, and apparently I'm guilty of
Been channel forever.
Homicide now.
Chris,
you
that's funny. Yeah, there's no more colors
we,
past your channel membership tier.
Because you refused to do it willingly.
I wish there was something that you could do for
I have a question
channel
for
members
you.
past where you're at.
You said you like Sonichu. Why did you draw him killing himself?
I didn't draw Sonichu killing himself. I said Sonichu. Your car, I don't want to say Autobot because it's trademark, but.
Okay, well, excuse me. Well, I misunderstood.
I'm not sure if
that was wrong. I mean, I was like, you're killing my vehicle. It's like you're making me have to pay like.
No, Chris, I didn't kill him. He committed suicide. He was depressed because he had a name that he hated, and all the other Autobots made fun of him.
The other Autobots do not make fun of each other for their names.
No, they make fun of Sonichu. Chris, look at what he says in that page. He says that he hates his name because it's not a strong, manly Autobot name. Why would he lie?
Yeah, well, I did not. I'm not the one that drew my car, my Autobot, to say that. I did not. You did that, pretending to be me in a sense.
I wasn't pretending to be you. Chris, look at the page.
So, Mr. Jami,
you see on the comment page where it says copyright 2010 Alec Benson Leary. I'm pretty sure that shows that I was not pretending to be you.
Yeah, well,
I was actually pretending to be.
You had no right. You had no right in killing a character that was originally mine, and I have never said personally had died. When a character dies, I would let everybody know myself. Anybody else who says outside of my jurisdiction, it's just a whole bunch of bogus baloney.
Well, maybe I can say it's a parody, and that'll make it okay, right? If Sonichu Revolution is a parody, would that be okay?
Yeah.
It would?
I would accept that, yeah. And plus, don't make them so big. Maybe like 3/4 of the current size. 3/4.
Nah. Then no one can read the text.
I should have those pages on your Asperpedia. People could just go over there and read them for themselves.
I'm keeping the fans there for you, Chris.
Because you're drawing those pages, not me.
Yeah, that's right. I'm drawing the pages. You're not drawing anything.
That sounds like Alpha Megacin so much.
Because I'm too busy working on coloring them after I have drawn them all up.
Hey, Chris.
And plus, I have real life things like I have to hang out with my family. I have errands to run.
Like, are they having you break rocks with sledgehammers or something all day? Because you say it's like some huge serious thing.
Yeah, well, they're old. I have to do chores for them. I have to do chores for them around the house. I clean the big kitchen. I vacuum. I move stuff around. I clean the bathroom as well. I do a lot of things around the house.
You kind of sound like you're talking to someone who has not seen that video tour of your house right now. And I want to let you know that I actually have seen it. So I'm pretty sure that house is not.
What the hell is that?
Chris, can you hear me? Hello?
Chris attempts to convince Alec that they got disconnected by pressing random numbers on his phone and then hanging up.
Chris, are you pressing
As soon as he said the house tour, he fucking,
Alec calls him back shortly after.
Hey, Alec?
Hey, Chris, did we get disconnected there?
Yeah, afraid we did. It happens
Yeah.
to me between me and my girl pal as well in our conversations sometimes. Reception goes bad during this time of night.
Oh, okay. Well, glad I got you back.
Alec addresses Chris's negative opinion of gay people and a plot point in his story concerning a cure for homosexuality.
What about removing homosexuality would make the world a better place? Shouldn't be that hard, Chris, because you already established a predicate that no gays equals world is a better place. So, having said that, that must mean that you do have an idea of how the two things are connected.
What two things?
Chris, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You said no gays equals a world is a better place. That's no gays is point one. That connects to world is better, point two. How do those connect?
Okay.
What is...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, now I get it. I mean, it's just I'm getting an incoming call right now, and
he's backing off.
You should probably ignore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear my point though? Please explain how no gays equals world better.
Because there will be less risk of those people going to hell.
Hell?
Yeah.
What
when they die.
What do you? Oh, you mean instead of heaven?
Yeah.
So you're saying gay people go to hell? So you're a Christian then? If you believe that? What, it's been a while since I've read a Bible. Where in the Bible is that whole gays go to hell thing? I'm not a Christian, so I don't have to read the Bible, but you're a Christian. When's the last time you read the Bible?
Yeah, I have read the Bible. But
you're sitting here judging people based off their sexuality without even knowing, what parts of the Bible... Hey, you know what else the Bible condemns?
I might start transitioning.
Black magic. How many times
Watching so much Chan, you may start transitioning. That's
black
funny.
Magic. Curse ye, ha me ha.
I
that's.
I have no comment to that.
Okay, well, let's go back to the gay thing, because we've established that you don't really know a whole lot about the religion you claim to believe in. Why do you sigh so much?
Well, I'm a little tired right now. I had to actually clean more. I cleaned the kitchen again today.
We all get tired, but yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
I really want to see you actually. My main goal right now is I want to see you put real effort into your mailbags. Chris, why do you not put effort into anything?
I do put effort in everything.
Everything? No. I told you that your website was going to get taken down because of a lawsuit over a stolen character, and you did nothing. I tell you got to upload pages, and you do nothing.
I'm getting tired of this. You're raising your voice at me. I don't appreciate it.
Well, Chris, a person raising their voice, that really is enough to just, completely discombobulate you.
You saw the Mario movie? Nice. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys hadn't checked out my review yet, I did.
No, I asked
did review
you,
the
Chris,
movie.
why do you not care about anything? And then you screamed, "I do care."
You're being ridiculing to me.
Is that the pot calling the kettle black? Chris, I want to understand why it is okay for you to do so many things to other people, but you get mad when they do it back to you. Why is it that any level, any tiny level of stress or inconvenience, and you immediately will fall back on, you're being attacked, or you're being, your world.
It just happens, especially.
No,
Just for a review of the Mario movie. Nice.
That is not an excuse. That's an excuse that a child uses.
Okay, well, I'm just tired right now. Let's just agree that I will be uploading the pages, and what you got, and perhaps after
Zelda movie would be good. Don't know if it'll happen anytime soon though, but that would be good.
Well, you know what? If you want to,
don't worry about the ad. Don't worry about the ad space at this point.
Oh, cool. So you liked it.
I'll just leave it to that. But yeah, but
so is this video like all just? Is this part all just a call?
Stop running away from me.
Okay, it's mostly a call, but it's not all call.
I know you're not literally running away, but you're trying to end the conversation because I'm making you feel bad.
I didn't hear that rumor,
It's not even because
Chosifico,
I'm attacking or insulting you. I'm just presenting, a few things that are very minorly unpleasant.
Okay, well, with that, sometimes there are things that, we don't we would not prefer we would prefer the opposite of unpleasant.
You seem to prefer the opposite of unpleasant literally all the time.
Oh, you're just kidding? No, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
And you run for the hills. You avoid anything unpleasant, even in cases where dealing with a small problem now will avert a very big problem later. You always choose the hard way. You choose to deal with the big problem that you could have avoided. Bad news is going to happen, Chris. Life is not all fun and games.
Well, I'm sure that happened to you, and you actually had to do that as well.
Yeah, but then I turned 10 and I started learning to get over it. Man the fuck up, Chris.
Possibly sometime in February, Chris recorded a video of himself sticking his penis in the snow. This video was leaked much later and credited as an entry for an online contest to promote the upcoming film Jackass 3D, made by the stunt and prank troupe Jackass. However, the contest was held in summer and autumn of 2010, during which time no snow fell in Chris's area. Whether or not this was a troll-inspired idea is uncertain.
Hi, I'm Christian Chandler. This is Frozen Stalactite. I'm going to put my
Stalactite
in the snow.
What the
I'm
fuck?
going to leave it in there for about 15 minutes. Currently,
He wouldn't do
12:38 according to my cell phone clock.
Tell me he
If
didn't
there's
do
one clock
that.
You cannot change.
That's actually kind of funny.
It's the one on your cell phone. Okay, see y'all in 15 minutes. Yeah, about 6 minutes in now. Ooh, boy, it's cold.
That's funny.
About 6 minutes in now. I've had previous experience with freezing my dick, and I've even stretched it a bit. Right, I'll be checking back.
Sorry?
Alrighty, it's 12:53. Let's pull me out. Oh, it feels blue. God, look at all that snow all over me. And there's the hole again. Kids, that is definitely something. Everybody, I dare say that is one stunt you should not try at home. Peace out.
During this time, Chris continued to converse with the Wallflower, attempting to develop their relationship, which was still a friendship with no signs of it going further. She suggested that they collaborate writing a story about owls, with Christian contributing some of his own story ideas. On February 20th,
I mean, it is a funny.
Mailbag 56, which
It's a funny idea. I would laugh if I drove past and saw
it. He gave very short replies to all the letters, and continued to confirm the existence of a new sweetheart, but did not elaborate further on that topic. On February 23rd, a day before his 28th birthday, Christian uploaded a video in which he declares that his birthday should be a national holiday.
This is the internet
reciting
content
a
you
slightly
signed up
altered
for?
version
Nice.
of the speech seen in the 1996 blockbuster
I mean, I might. If
Independence
it snowed
Day.
here, I would try to
Good
do the
morning.
icicle trick.
In less than an hour, Sonichu fans from here
I wouldn't be
will
able
join
to make it
others
like
from around the
2
world.
minutes, though.
As you will be witnessing
But
the
it's funny in
largest
theory,
personal
right?
change in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have new meaning for us all today. We cannot be consumed by our petty differences anymore. we will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it is fate that today is Mexico's Flag Day. And we will once again be
He was
saluting
really, like, into
an
Mexico
image of
a
our
lot,
freedom.
wasn't he?
Not just from trolling,
Like, he spoke
loneliness, or
Spanish.
persecution, but also from heartbreak. We are fighting for our right to
Speech
love,
from Independence
to be
Day.
honest. And when the sun sets today, the 24th of February will no longer be known as only a Mexican holiday, but as today Sonichu fans declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We are going to live on. We are going to survive. To celebrate today, we celebrate our Christian Love Day.
Christian Love Day,
Viewers
okay.
noticed some peculiarities with the video. Firstly, the camera quality is decidedly better than Chris's usual offerings, and also the camera itself was being held by someone else. Chris later stated that he had no knowledge of his speech's connection to Independence Day, since it was written for him by a friend. This friend was in fact the camera operator for the video, and was likely the same person that had accompanied Kim Wilson in their past excursions, and had filmed the rolling and trolling video. This man made another appearance in a video uploaded the following day, called Magical Man Potion, in which Chris is seen concocting a magical potion that would transform him for the better, referencing either the 1963 or the 1997 film, The Nutty Professor.
Hey, you know what? I like when Chris is having fun, and even if he's being trolled to say stuff, when he's doing videos like this, I like when he's having fun and smiling.
Let's rinse her well. Alright. It's not bad.
The man emerges from under the table, wearing the Asperchu medallion around his neck.
Whoa. Wow.
Who's that?
That's not bad, actually. Feeling pretty good. Feel a little anxious.
Hey, he had...
I wonder where a guy...
He actually had a real friend helping him? Jeez.
Get a little action. You
I
know,
like these little skits.
I bet you I know. I just... Oh, I need to work on...
Our needs to work on the time length. To be continued.
He became the first known non-family member to enter not only the Chandler household, but also Chris's room. Due to his appearance in this video, he became known by the trolls as the Magical Man. He also made his presence known in the second video uploaded on Christian's birthday. In this offering, Chris attempts to explain to the Magical Man the customized quirks of his PlayStation 3 menu, while he sits listening to Chris and pointing the camera at the TV screen.
South Park theme. It makes the noises when you between it. It's circle.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh wait a minute. One for triangle. Yeah.
That's really yellow. How do you sign into the PlayStation Network?
Alright, well first off, you want to make sure your system,
here we
console's
go.
up to date.
It's gonna steal its
version
fucking password.
3.15, which you find that out after you log in. You get your PlayStation 3 internet capable. And then, of course, you put in your, my online ID, Sonichu a little bit
about me. I am Christian. I like that.
Yeah, that works.
As Chris continues to explain the customization capabilities of his gaming device, his guest takes his camera away from the screen and pans around the room. documenting the plethora of items on Christian's walls, including a Playboy magazine centerfold of cartoon character Marge Simpson.
Hey,
various
that's
Sonichu
nice. I'd
drawings,
put the Marge
and his
Simpson on my
wall
wall.
of originals.
You have to pay for. Check out, or you can get these Babylicious things.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Second row in the middle, down one. Oh, it was Dita Von. For some reason, I thought it was Betty Page for a second.
Betty Page, hi.
I don't see Betty Page. Of course, you can preview these as well, even in full screen.
Oh, that's cool.
Themes are pretty cool.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
Also on his birthday, a troll hacked into his PlayStation Network account. This troll would soon come to be known as Surfshack Tito, assuming the identity of Tito
Surfshack
Makani,
Tito?
a supporting character from the Nickelodeon cartoon series Rocket Power. On February 25th, Christian
fucking
uploaded
trolls,
the final
man.
pages of Sonichu issue 10, completing the book. The comic, which solely consists of episode 21, Director Amenities, begins with a recap of Christian being pulled out of the time void, but in this version, there is more dialogue. He claims that during his absence, he traveled to the year 2015 and took part in a medical study.
Damn, 2015.
While he was there, he met a hot woman named Lovely Weather, who happened to have been the wife of Chris's future self and the mother of their daughter, Crystal. She mistook the current day
2015 was a
Chris
good
for the
year.
future Chris, so they went back home together and had sex. According to Chris, the medical study's aim was to find a cure for homosexuality, but they needed a sample
I never
of
really
pure
saw Rocket
untainted
Power. That was-
straight blood, so Chris
was
offered
after
them
my
a sample of his
Nickelodeon
own
time.
blood. They successfully began producing syringes filled with the cure for homosexuality, with
Really?
Chris
The
obtaining
cure
two
for
of them,
homosexuality?
one of which was to be administered to Reldnak to turn him back into a straight
I just
self,
find it odd
Naturk.
because he eventually
Chris revealed
became
that Kel, the trainer of the Raichu,
a
who morphed into
transgender woman
Roschu in episode
that
1,
he was so
Nate's
anti-
sweetheart and was waiting for him to come home. Christian asks Magi-chan to transfer the vaccine crates from the future back to the present and administer them to their local medical facilities. He telepathically informs his allies to prepare and meet him at the 4 Cents Garbage Building at 2:30 p.m. to execute a yet unknown plan.
Melinda, you are
In
late.
preparation, Chris Chan Sonichu
Better late
visits
than
the
never,
Sonichu
though.
site filing facility, a physical manifestation of his website, Sonichu.net, to gather necessary items, which he then teleports to his mail office. He then meets with present-day Lovely Weather and sets up their first date, setting the foreseen future in motion. He then pays a visit to the Quickfill Board of Directors,
You were a babysitter
previously
back
unheard
then?
of government body.
Oh, I hear you on
What
that.
follows are the preview pages first shown in October 2008, in which Chris reveals that his high school ring is the true source of all his powers, and declares his devotion to his sweetheart, Blanca, who by the time of the official release of Sonichu issue 10 was irrelevant to Christian and the story. Chris Chan then fights off Reldnak, who wanted Chris to join his dark, gay way of life. Before Reldnak could turn Chris gay, Chris quickly takes out the syringe with the cure for homosexuality and stabs Reldnak through his medallion, shattering it, telling him to metaphorically drink his blood. Chris telekinetically transports Reldnak back to Kel, who laments that all this time he never wore a shirt. By 2:30 p.m., all the Chaotic Combo members have gathered in front of the 4 Cent Garbage Building.
You had to work a little
Sonichu
later
puts
today?
on
Well,
the
hey,
beanie
better,
Chris had
like
won
I
for his
said, better late than
participation in the
never.
Parappa the Rapper contest.
Welcome to the stream.
Chris takes his Guitar Hero controller out of the trunk of his car and morphs into his real-life self, editing himself into the pages, wearing a different shirt than is depicted in the comic. He apologizes for the continuity error by stating that the correct shirt was in the laundry pile at the time the photos were taken. His car transforms into Sonichu and assembles itself into a stage to host a live performance by Christian and the Hedgehog Boys. Christian's camera failed to capture
Christian
the
and the
entirety of
Hedgehog
his body,
Boys.
so he completed it by combining photos
Wow,
of his
that's
upper
funny.
body and his legs. They perform a song called Revive Zordon, which is the song Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent,
Cat
with original
Scratch
lyrics
Fever,
by Christian.
ban out
Chris
meow.
overlaid the Guitar Hero colored markers of the note highway of the song onto himself. The song refers to a character from the TV series Power Rangers, and Chris calls for the original actors and characters of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to reunite. This musical display successfully manages to throw the structural integrity of the 4 Cent Garbage Building into question, as it begins to rumble and crumble due to the power of rock music. The inhabitants of the top floor, Clyde Cash, Beale, Jack Thaddeus, Jason Kendrick Howell, and
Jack
his slave
Thaddeus.
mistress, Kathleen, discuss an escape
That guy's been a
strategy.
troll for a while.
Hal proclaims
on him,
that
hasn't he?
unlike the others, he is straight and vows to escape with Kathleen and settle down in a house in the suburbs. They enter an escape pod and fly away. Beale has a change of heart and goes to hide in the basement shelter until the troubles settle. Jack and Clyde had to decide whether to get killed by Chris or die by suicide. They decide to kill themselves by jumping down the 72-story elevator
Yeah, thank
shaft,
you, Craig. Let's smash
expressing
that
remorse
like,
for
guys. Let's
slandering
smash that
Christian
like
they
button.
did.
Let's
While
get it
his
up
aim
there.
was to depict a display of depravity, Christian inadvertently created a tragic but touching moment when Clyde Cash and Jack Thaddeus jumped to their deaths while holding hands. Meanwhile, the rock band's raucous rock display literally brings down the 4 Cent garbage building, taking the websites Encyclopedia Dramatica and 4chan with it, destroying every single bit of data. There were about 1,500 people in the lower 71st floors. Chris then gives a detailed breakdown of the numbers of injuries and deaths. They call for ambulances to help those affected. Christian sheds a single tear for the destruction for which he is responsible. Magi-chan comes back from the future and informs Christian that with the help of water treatment and medical facilities, over the next 6 months, the vaccine will be dispensed into the world's drinking supplies, calculating that by February 24th,
Why is
2009,
he so fucking
they
weird
will have
with his
successfully
fucking-
eradicated homosexuality. Because of this fact,
With his
February
shit.
24th will be declared Christian Love Day, and will serve as a second Valentine's Day to be celebrated by people in straight love, rejoicing the extinction of all homosexuality and asexuality. Chris is then surprised by the sudden appearance of Meg Griffin from Family Guy, who
Meg
heard
Griffin.
Christian's band playing from a quarter-mile away. They both reveal that they are fans of each other, and she gives him a kiss.
Let me guess,
After
they fuck.
expressing wishes for meeting up again in the future, Megan departs, and once out of Chris's line of sight, she reveals that she was in fact Sylvana Rosechew in disguise, trolling him.
Yeah, we're part
Chris
25
then
now.
all of a sudden
It's
declares
flying by
remorse
now,
for
isn't it?
offending homosexuals over the course of the previous few pages, and states that he only did it to convince others that he and the Sonichu characters were heterosexuals. He acknowledges that his fanbase seemingly decreased in numbers due to the widespread backlash, hence the reason why this apology was produced. Right after, Christian and Sonichu use the 7 Sonichu crystals to transform into Colossal Chris-chan and Ultra Sonichu respectively. Colossal flies back to the mayor's office, where he is greeted by Patty, who tells him that his sister Crystal was kept safe inside the dark mirror. Christian walks in and pulls her out, leaving her to be tended to by Patty and the secretary, Allison Amber, who called an ambulance for Crystal. Colossal Chris-chan then rendezvous with Ultra Sonichu in Minnesota, outside the home of Alec Benson Leary. They break into his house and locate his computer, which is said to be a Hexbox pavilion. Chris inserts his finger into a USB port, which allows his consciousness to travel into the inner workings of the computer and log in as an administrator. He promptly deletes all files on the Asperpedia, blocks the IP addresses of Alec, Evan, Sean, and Mao, and then deletes their accounts. He also takes a dating simulator game for the Hexbox called Don't Be Nervous Talking to Girls, and complains that it is not available on the PlayStation Network. He says that he will reformat it for PS3 and check it out later. Meanwhile, Ultra Sonichu goes into
know a word
Alec's
he
room
hadn't said in
and
a
comments
while?
that his
Jerk
artwork
op.
is poor. He then spots Asperchu, accompanied by Christian's redesigned versions of Leary's redesigned versions of Sonichu and the chaotic combo in the backyard. They announce that the original Sonichu is the savior for whom they have been waiting. Alex Sonichu begs for Christian's forgiveness for being forced by Alec to follow Liquid Chris instead. The characters reveal that they all have Asperger's, and that Alec treats them badly. They announce that they want to have new personalized names. They also claim that Leary kept 4 caged Rosechews in his basement.
4 caged
Ultra Sonichu
Rosechews.
cures them of their Asperger's and greatly boosts their confidence levels. Asperchu
He's
gets
really
an extreme
stuck on the
electric
Asperger's,
makeover
isn't
and
he?
transforms into Mitch Sonichu. Chris blows up Alec's Hexbox and comes outside. The new revitalized Sonichus and Rosechews bow down before him, treating him like a god. But Chris tells them that they are in breach of the first commandment of the Bible. He appreciates the gesture regardless. They are suddenly ambushed by Metal Asperchu, which is quickly defeated. Alec Benson Leary himself appears outside of the panels, and his Sonichus and Rosechews charge at him to beat him up. Chris states that he will teleport Alec's slave Rosechews to safety. Christian then devotes the entirety of the following page to proclaim that Alec's reimagined characters have no relation to his own, and that only Chris's original Sonichu pages detail the true events of the aforementioned characters. Ultra Sonichu brings the former Rosechew slaves to a soup hotel where they can attempt to rebuild their lives. Outside, Sonichu comes across a 78-year-old Jamaican veteran named Enos, a parody of the troll created Sonichu, offering him narcotics. He telepathically communicates with Magi-chan, who sends police over to his location to deal with Enos. Ultra Sonichu then flies to the private villa of corrupted citizens and uses the power of the Sonichu crystals to unbrainwash all followers of Slawil Rayam and Count Graduan. After all the jerk-cops and mana-jerks broke free from Slawil's mind control and left the PBCC, Colossal Chris-chan arrives to confront her. He takes Graduan's wand and smashes it. He briefly fights with Slawil, defeating her. She reassures the readers that she is not dead, but rather paralyzed. Christian then delivers a special announcement to his citizens in the Quickville shopping mall. He declares that Slawil Rayam has been defeated and that he made it illegal for homosexuals to do what they wished in the town. However, gay marriage remained illegal. He also announced that he would be less involved in future Sonichu adventures, but would remain as mayor because the town would fall apart without him. During his speech, Simonla goes to the bathroom, leaving her partner Wild to look after their egg. Magi-chan notices that Evan was attempting to cut the chains holding the giant TV screen in the mall, but manages to stop him. He also stops a disguised Simonchu from attempting to murder his sister, Simonla. During all this commotion, Alec Benson Leary plants an explosive Pokemon called Voltorb in the ladies' restroom. When Simonla goes to the bathroom, Leary detonates the Voltorb. Simonla is gravely injured and is rushed to hospital.
I've actually low-key, I've been saying
Dr. Bill Schwartz, who was the one who accidentally created the Black Sonichu, informs Wild that Simonla succumbed to her internal bleeding and passed away, leaving him to raise their future child on his own. Magi-chan tells him that they caught her killer and his accomplices, with their trial taking place in a week's time. All of a sudden, the egg hatches, revealing a Rosie. Wild names her Sandy, and when she asks for her mother, Magi-chan tells her that Evan killed her mother. Within a week, Sandy Rosie evolves into a ground buck-type Rosechu, who appears to be near identical to the recently deceased Simonla. Throughout all these events, Christian interrupts the narrative with flashbacks to his speech in the shopping mall, one by one fulfilling his obligatory apologies to Alec Benson Leary as he remembered them. The scene finally moves on to the day of the trial, which is presided over by Judge Slack Lewis, who is based on Canadian Lewis Black.
Man.
The opening remarks are delivered by prosecuting attorney Marvy Blaziken, who is a parody of Adult Swim's Harvey Birdman mixed with the Pokemon Blaziken. He praises Christian's creativity and states that the author's dry spells come about due to temporary losses of inspiration. He understands that patience is necessary until inspiration returns, and accuses the 4 showrunners of the Asperpedia of failing to understand this fact. Sean, who is acting as their defense attorney, delivers a statement while under the influence of drugs, and appears to be of low intelligence due to his mispronunciations and spelling errors. They plead not guilty to the charges of murder of Simonla Rosechu, theft from Quickville, mockery of Christian Weston Chandler, and others. Marvy Blaziken offers the Asperchu comics, remote control detonator, and Magi-chan's psychic link powers as evidence against them. Sean offers a rock in their defense because they rock. The jury swiftly finds the Asperpedia.
I have no clue. I haven't read that far into the
executed by those they had heard.
Into the bail stuff,
Alec
man.
Was
I'm
placed
like
in an electric chair, which was activated by pushing 10 buttons.
I'm brand new to the Chaniverse, so I don't know anything about his bail
Sandy,
or anything
and
like
the chaotic
that.
combo do the honors of
Sam Hyde's the guy that's with Creator,
to
whatever the hell it is, right?
Next, Evan
Creator
gets chained
Clash?
to a wall, and Wild instructs his daughter to deal to him as much damage as she wishes, but wants to keep him alive so that they could murder him together. Sandy takes his glasses as a trophy. Then she drills holes into Evan's torso, including his groin area, and tears his limbs from his body, before finishing him off with her father to avenge her mother. Sean was also hung from the wall. Allison Amber, Bill Schwartz, and Kelly use him as target practice and excessively shoot him dead. Finally, Chris uses his mind powers to break Mao's body, twisting his limbs into grotesque positions, and as the fatal blow, explodes his heart, stating that his amends have been made.
This is going dark.
The next
you have to
page
get coffee
is a
to recover
transcript of the
from
speech
that?
Chris delivered on video proclaiming the importance of Christian Love Day. This was followed by a dedication to Panda Halo,
Chris went
showcasing
full
a
Super
collection of
Saiyan.
her artwork. He even included a full page from her own comic, which had been drawn digitally. Christian's hypocrisy, as highlighted many times by Alec, was on full display again, brutally murdering those to whom he had complained about the graphic violence of their own comics. It would seem that Alec's efforts to change his ways were for naught, as the delivered justice, as seen by Chris, would only create more conflict in his real life and turn more people away from him. For while he was living his fantasy life as a hero, he failed to realize that in the real world, he was letting himself become the villain.
This is getting pretty intense, guys. Pretty intense. I think I'm going to end it there, though. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. The Chaniverse. Who's been having fun with these streams? I appreciate you guys have been tuning in and hanging out with me on them. My mouse just disappeared. iDubbbz went down fast. Yeah. What's up, David? See you later, 3Frame. I appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all go watch my videos from today. Go check them out. Comment. All that. Share. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And that you guys aren't jerk ops. I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one.